Miss Arthur, are you there? Jenna Arthur? Miss Skylar Skillman, are you test your audio and video for me real quick? Skylar,
Yes,
just want to test your audio and video. Are you good?
I think so. I'm not quite good at this.
Okay, the video, but there you go. You did it. Okay, so when you come back in, make sure that I'll pull you back in when it's your turn to speak. Make sure
Okay.
your audio and your video are muted, and then when you're called on, then you will unmute at that point.
Alrighty.
You look beautiful, by the way.
Oh, thank you. You're sweet.
Thank you, ma'am. Go ahead and mute your video and audio for me.
All right, got it.
Ashley, this is Kip Robbins. Ashley, your name just shows up as Ashley. I don't see a last name after that. Can you unmute and give me your last name, please?
Dinhobel. Dinhobl.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Thank you very much. When you come in, be sure that you mute your audio and your video. And then when you're called on, if you'll unmute both of them so you can speak. And then when you're done, mute it back and I'll put you back into the attendee room. Okay?
Alrighty, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
So should I leave the thing and then come back later?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and mute. No, you don't have to leave. I'm just going to mute you and put you back where you were. I just wanted to make sure you were who I thought you were.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
Ashley.
you.
Yes, here they come. All right, they're short. I'm gonna go ahead and what's her name? The second teacher? the second teacher on? Miss Mantooth,
Yes.
can I test your audio and video real quick? You're gonna be our second teacher, and I just want to make sure everything's good. Looks good,
Okay.
sounds great.
So do I turn my audio and video off, or do you control all that?
No, ma'am, you will control all your audio and video settings when we bring you in. So mute it just like you were when I brought you in.
Okay.
And then when they call on you, unmute it. And then when you're done speaking, mute it back, and I'll put you back into the attendee room.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
Miss Jenna Arthur,
Hi.
hello, you're our first student. I just wanted to make sure your audio and video was working, which
Yeah.
it is. So what I will have you do is just mute your audio and video for me.
Yes.
And when they call on you, unmute both of them, speak. When you're done talking, mute both of them back, and I'll put you back into the attendee room, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. Beth, can I check your audio and video real quick?
Hey, Kip.
Hello, Jordan.
How are you?
I'm well. Okay, we've got several in the attendees room, so we will catch you. You're not going to use your phone for this meeting, are you?
I might have to. My internet at home is not happy.
Okay, at least we got an alternative. If you'll just mute your video and audio for me. Beth,
Okay.
can you speak for me? Let me get down here and check you out. Can you? All right, so if Beth, if you'll look down, actually, I'll have Corey call you because we're not getting any sound from you. Corey, can you check that out for me?
Kip, I'm going to jump off for a moment. It's Jordan, and see if I can get my laptop to connect. But I'll be back in a moment.
Sounds good.
Thank
Featherly, are you? Let's see. Yeah, I thought I saw you in here. Yes. Can you unmute and let me test your audio, please? Melanie,
Can you hear me?
I can. Can I see your video just to make sure we're good?
Yes. Oh, I need to close this.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll fix that.
No problem. You sound good. You can mute. Peter, can I test your audio and video? Looking good. Let's hear you now.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
That is the question.
Yeah,
Awesome. All right, you sound good. You can go ahead and mute yourself.
thank you.
Okay, Kip, I'm back, just so you know.
Okay, thank you, Jordan. And let's see, who else am I missing here? Okay, I need to see if Weldon's here. Miss Weldon,
Okay.
can I test your, oh, I hear you, Beth. You
Oh,
sound good.
yay. Hello.
You got it.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Miss Weldon,
All right, can you hear me?
little echo there.
Okay.
Turn your volume down just a little bit, maybe.
Okay. Oh, hold on, I hit the wrong thing.
That sounds good. Okay, if you'll
Okay,
just,
can y'all hear me better now?
absolutely, you sound good.
Oh, nice.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay, is everything good?
Yes, ma'am. I think we're perfect. Thank you.
Kip, this is Jordan. I have a quick question.
Yes, sir.
When it's the person's turn, a kiddo or a teacher, will you be turning on their camera, or should I remind them to do that?
They need to mute their audio and video when they come in, and then when they're called on, they need to unmute their audio
Very good.
and video.
Okay, I understand. I'll say that.
Yes, that way they're in control when they talk and when they're not, because we're going to be working on the next row each
I
time.
understand. Okay,
So
Thank
that
you.
would work out best.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Dr. Richardson, how are you doing today, ma'am? Unmute.
Okay.
There we go. Awesome.
Sound okay?
You sound wonderful and look amazing,
Thank you.
as always. All right, you can unmute, or you can mute yourself back, and I'll get everyone else in here. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna mute.
All right, we're going live in 3 minutes, and I will drop my camera out, but we will be on the back end, moving people back and forth. Anyone need any technical help? We are here. The helpline is set up, and Mr. Gordon will go through all that. Just a reminder to make sure you mute yourself before and after you speak. I think we are.
Hey, Kip, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
I have I have a coach that's texting me that his isn't working. Does that mean you just haven't pulled him into the meeting yet? Joey
Right.
Cheatham?
When it's the students or the teacher's time to speak, we'll pull them in at that time, and then
Okay,
they'll
that's
be
good.
able to speak, and then we'll drop them back out after they're done speaking.
Okay, I just want to make sure I told him the right thing. Thank you.
Ma'am, thank you.
Welcome, everyone. Honor graduates, parents, and guests. Welcome to the 2019 Honor Graduates Banquet Ceremony. I am Jordan Goldman, the Associate Principal of Santa Fe High School. Please join me in welcoming our Santa Fe ISD board members, Mr. Rusty Norman, Mr. Wayne Logan, Mr. Eric Davenport, Mr. James Grassmuck, Mr. Clay Hertenberger, Mr. Patrick Kelly, Mr. John Snyder. Our Santa Fe ISD administrative staff includes Dr. Lee Wall, the Superintendent of Santa Fe ISD, Ms. Patty Hansard, the Superintendent of Human Resources and Public Relations, Ms. Kim Ross, the Director of Curriculum and Instruction, and Ms. Lee Townsend, the Chief Financial Officer. Our Santa Fe High School administrative team includes Ms. Rachel Harris, our principal, Ms. Carly Custer, assistant principal, Mr. Peter Kinzer, assistant principal, Dr. Chris Richardson, assistant principal, Ms. Beth Yorlano, our lead counselor, Ms. Tony Batiste, our school counselor, Ms. Melanie Featherly, school counselor, and Ms. Samantha Weldon, school counselor. Parents and students and teachers, before we begin, please be aware that this Zoom meeting may look and work a little bit differently than the ones you're used to doing. If you cannot see or hear yourself right now, it's okay. This meeting is being moderated by the hardworking members of our wonderful technology department. If you're able to mute your camera and microphone at this time, please do so. When it is your turn to speak, you'll hear your name called. That's when you will turn on your camera and your microphone. Until then, please be sure that you're muted. And most importantly, please know that if you are experiencing any technical difficulties or issues during this meeting, our technology staff is standing by to help you at this phone number, 409-925-9085. Please let me say that again. If you have any technical difficulties, please call this phone number, 925-9085. And now I have the honor and pleasure of welcoming Dr. Lee Wall, the Superintendent of Santa Fe ISD.
Good evening, everyone, and hello, Santa Fe High School honor graduates of class of 2020. Well, I wish we could all be together in person. It is great to be here with you this evening to celebrate your outstanding high school achievements together. I look forward to seeing each of you and your teachers as we celebrate and honor you during the program. This is certainly a special occasion for a special group of seniors in many ways. When we think about your experiences in high school, it is clear that you have remained determined to excel, which truly speaks to the remarkable group of young men and women you are today. Through your high school years, you have heroically experienced difficult, unprecedented challenges and obstacles, and yet your hard work, perseverance, goals, and commitment to education has brought you here tonight as we honor and recognize your academic accomplishments as the very best. Myself, your teachers, your administrators, parents, and the community have watched your strength and determination with respect and admiration, and we are all so very proud of each of you. While the end of this year brings some disappointments and sadness with unexpected changes in senior celebrations, you have all handled it with courage and grace, even through the many difficulties and challenges you have faced. So we are all very confident that you will continue on in life's journey to a lifetime of happiness and success to truly make a difference in our community and society. We're so excited for you as Santa Fe High School honor graduates and so proud to have you represent Santa Fe ISD as you advance in your education and career. I encourage you to continue to learn and grow, and you will excel in your future endeavors. In the words of U.S. General Colin Powell, and as you have demonstrated, there are no secrets to success. It is the result of preparation, hard work, and learning from failure. This evening, it is such a pleasure to recognize your hard work and excellence as you are honored for your many academic accomplishments. And since we've all had a little extra screen time these past few months, we'll finish with some of the wisdom of Walt Disney. All of our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Continue to be strong and determined, be kind and courageous, and be your best. Thank you, and good luck to each of you as you continue to chart your pathway to a successful future. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you, Dr. Wall. Good evening. Congratulations to the students and parents on our Zoom meeting tonight. Students have completed a great deal of work to get invited to our honor banquet / Zoom meeting. COVID-19 has really changed how we will honor our graduates this year. However, it will not change how proud we are of the seniors and especially our honor graduates. Being an honor graduate takes years of preparation. These students had to set this as one of their goals their freshman year, if not their 8th grade year. So tonight, we honor their accomplishments and their hard work. You are all soon to be alumni of Santa Fe High School and are the top academically focused students we have. However, as most of you know, these students are not just academically focused. They're also part of lots of extracurricular activities. There are members of the band, student council, Interact Club. Students play sports, participate in FFA, theater, choir, to only list a few. The time commitment students have made to their extracurricular activities, their service projects, and their studies is commendable and honorable. The work ethic that they have learned through this will help them succeed far beyond the accomplishments of tonight. So tonight we are here to not only celebrate their high school accomplishments, but the path that they have set themselves on. Let us give them a virtual round of applause. I know that's a silly, but I couldn't help but give you guys a round of applause, even though it is a virtual round of applause. In addition to honoring our students tonight, we want to honor our teachers. The impact on the lives of the student and their teacher or mentor are often long-lasting. The things learned from each other can influence decisions for years to come. I am sure we can all think of a teacher or a mentor that has had a huge impact on our lives. Tonight, teachers or mentors have been chosen by students for the impact that they have had on the student's life. However, as you will soon hear, the student often has an impact on the adult's life as well. So tonight we celebrate the positive influences in our lives and how those positive influences can help us achieve our goals. So thank you to all the students, parents, teachers, and mentors. Now I would like to introduce Beth Yorlano, Santa Fe High School lead counselor.
Thank you, Ms. Harris. Each year, Santa Fe High School honor graduates recognize an outstanding educator that has positively influenced their lives. At this time, our honor graduates will come on screen individually to introduce this extraordinary guest, as well as declare his or her post-secondary plans. We've also asked each special guest to provide a letter to their graduate and virtually present the student with their gold cord. A gold cord is a token worn at graduation that signifies involvement in various organizations. A gold cord is awarded to our honor graduates for having met the highest of standards. These distinguished students will graduate on the Foundation High School plan with one or more endorsements, the distinguished level of achievement. They've been enrolled at SFHS for at least 4 semesters preceding graduation and have achieved the honor of having a 3.7 GPA or higher. Our first student to introduce tonight is Jenna Author and her teacher, Ashley Hardage.
Hi. So here's my letter to Ms. Hardage. Sorry, I'm really nervous. Sorry if there's any noise in the background. Okay. Ms. Hardage, first off, I just want to say thank you for all you have done and continue to do for me, your bells, and dance students. You notice the little things, you see potential in every student, and you are one of the strongest women I know. I am so grateful for our bond and the daily laughs we shared. I could not have a better role model to look up to throughout my high school experience. Though we have seen many bumps in the road, you have always shown us that there is a way through, even if you have to make your own way. For example, while our new dance room was being built, we had after-school practices in the hallway and in the cafeteria, where as a team, we graced you with our awful singing as we dried the cafeteria floors. Ms. Hardage likes to say it'll be fine, which can sound unconvincing in a moment, but this small bit of optimism carries us a long way. Some of the things I have learned from Ms. Hardage are that it is okay to have bad days, to trust the process, and that self-reflection is essential in improvement. Seeing her guide our team with so much patience, understanding, and observance has really inspired me to take a step back sometimes to reflect and see things for what they really are before acting on them. I could go on way too long about her impact, but I think we can tell how much she has inspired me these past 3 years. Thank you again, Ms. Hardage, for everything. I couldn't have made it without your unconditional support. Here's my letter.
Am I there? Can you hear me? You can hear me? Okay. Hey, Jenna. Okay, Jenna, I would like to begin by congratulating you for ranking in the top of your senior class, and it is an honor to be here with you today. I first met Jenna 3 years ago as a tribal belle when I first came to Santa Fe. She was one of my lieutenants that year and went on to serve as colonel of the tribal bells for both her junior and senior year. From day one, Jenna held herself to a high standard. She always came to class ready to work. For as long as I have known Jenna, she has maintained a great work ethic and a positive attitude. There is no off season when it comes to dance team. It's a year-long activity with very little downtime. Many cannot follow through with the commitment it takes to make a team successful, but that has never been the case with Jenna. She leads by example, gives 100%, 110% all of the time, and is a friend to all. Jenna has been an asset to our team, and I know that she has a bright future ahead of her. Jenna, thank you for all of your support these past few years. You have stood by me, worked together with me, and you've been a wonderful example for our team to look up to. I know we will keep in touch, and I look forward to hearing about your next chapter. This is definitely not goodbye. It's just a see you later, and I love you.
Thank you, Ms. Hardage. Our next presenter will be Ms. Bailey Bassinelli and Sharmi Mantooth.
Can y'all see me? I'm not sure if it is working, the video, but I can go ahead with the speech.
We can hear you, Bailey.
Okay, I'll go ahead and just read it. I don't know why the video isn't working.
I wish it worked too, because we'd love to see you, but we can hear you.
Okay. I would like to recognize Miss Charmaine Mantooth. I have had Miss Mantooth as my teacher in high school for 2 of the 4 years. She has taught me geometry and has spent countless hours in teaching me computer science this year. She is a teacher that stands out and is recognized for her patience, kindness, and strong will to help students succeed. She is very knowledgeable, and I know I can always count on Miss Mantooth to be there and help lead the way. I am very blessed and honored to be able to recognize Miss Mantooth as a wonderful teacher and mentor throughout my high school days. Miss Mantooth, I want to thank you again for all that you have done for me and all other students along the way. You are the prime example of what an educator should be, and I'm so grateful I've had the privilege to have you as my teacher. I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Okay, I don't know if I can get my camera either. I don't see a button for the camera. But can you see a black screen? Is that what you see? All right, well, thank you, Bailey. I really wanted to show you something because what I'm holding in my hand is a book you wrote as a freshman. If you give Bailey a ball, do you remember it? It's the If Then book. It's something that I get to hold on forever. It's going to become reading material for my grandchild when he gets old enough to read it. But I'm holding that in my hand. And I do appreciate the wonderful words. I can't tell you how special it makes me feel. So Bailey, finding the right words to say to you has been a difficult task, not because there's not enough to say, but because it's difficult, if not impossible, to describe everything that you are, what you have accomplished, and how you have impacted the lives of all who walk the halls of Santa Fe High School. I thought of writing a poem or a song or of creating a painting that would try to convey how special you are. My lack of skills in those areas became obvious very quickly, as evidenced by the paper in my recycling bin. In the meanderings of my feeble mind, I found myself reminiscing over the family trips we took to state and national parks around the US. I don't know if you've ever visited Arches National Park in Utah, but I remember the striking beauty of the natural stone arches. The one that stands out most in my mind is viewing Turret Arch through the north window arch. And I did have a picture to show you, but I hope you can go look it up. To me, it looks like looking through a window at a beautiful rock formation that shows another window through which one can glimpse more beauty. It reminded me of you because your quiet demeanor belies a treasure of gifts and talents and an abundance of compassion, caring, and generosity. A glimpse through one window of your life gives a view of many more windows through which your true beauty in its many facets shines. I remember when you were a freshman in pre-AP geometry. I came to know you as a great student and athlete and a caring person as you helped your fellow geometers in and out of class. What I did not know at that time was how many different interests and talents you possessed. I know that you are not too excited to find yourself in computer science this year, yet you are always the first to ask questions, working hard to master elusive and challenging concepts, and then turning around to become the teacher to those who were still struggling. I have seen you grow in such amazing ways. Despite holding a job, you always find time for community service activities sponsored by the Interact Club. You have such a caring and human heart, always finding ways in which you can help other people, like working with special needs kids in the summer. There's not a word in the English language that encapsulates everything that you are, everything that you do, and everything that you aspire to. If I could look into the window of the future, I know I would see you at work changing lives through your endless and infinite capacity to love. I am honored to be your guest at this banquet. I will hold on to your If Then book as a way to always remember the Bailey that I have had the good fortune to teach in the things that really matter in life: love, compassion, giving, alleviating the hurt of the world. You are the teacher. I am the student. Thank you, Bailey.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Ms. Mantooth. Our next student will be Brooke Bickford with Michelle Reynolds.
Hi, can y'all hear me? Okay, great. Dear Mrs. Reynolds, I just wanted to say thank you for the impact that you have had on my life. Thank you for always being there for me and being available and willing to help me when I need you. You are by far the best teacher I have ever had, and I'm so grateful to have been in your 7th grade math class. You're not only an amazing teacher, but a reliable and trusting friend. I know I can always count on you. Thanks again for all that you do. Love, Brooke.
Hi, Brooke. Okay. Sorry, gonna have to wipe a few tears out of that one. It's so good to see Brooke and everybody else that I haven't seen in a while. So give me a minute here. Brooke, first, congratulations on your accomplishments. I am so, so proud of you, sweetie. I am deeply honored to be your guest this evening. As you know, students always take a piece of our hearts when they leave and the school year ends. And as educators, we truly hope to hear from them again in the future. I remember on July 16th, a message popped up in my inbox from you, sharing that you had made the color guard, won the Junior Miss 4-H, been on Fox News, and received 3rd place that year with your heifer. I smiled, I cried a little bit as I read it, and Brooke, my heart just soared as I thought of the pretty young girl that smiled at me in class and was so cheerful and worked so hard. I, of course, instantly responded, and thereafter, a wonderful friendship has bloomed and grown. Every time a post or a message appears from you, I smile, and I can't wait to see what you're up to. I cheer with each and every accomplishment you make. I have downloaded every song that you have sung and posted on Facebook. I won't tell everybody that I use them as my workout music, my cheer music, and sometimes just to hear your voice. And I have cried tears with you when you hurt. But most of all, Brooke, I have treasured every moment watching you grow from a kind, cute 6th grader, yes, I said cute, to the beautiful and accomplished young lady that you are today. May the Lord continue to walk with you on your path, Brooke. Congratulations. I am so proud of you and everything you have accomplished. You are my daily inspiration, sweetie. I love you, and you hold a giant piece in my heart.
Thank you, Ms. Reynolds. Our next speaker will be Maddie Blake, introducing Ms. Dolly Petrosky.
Can y'all hear me? Okay. Miss P, you have always been there for me no matter what. You are definitely my school mom. I didn't meet you until freshman year, but the impact you've made on my life will be cherished forever. You always knew how to cheer me up on rough days and always gave me the best advice. You helped me with whatever I needed. You were also the best listener. I could come in your room and tell you anything and everything, and you never said a word. You have challenged me to be the best person I could be, and I will always be thankful for you. I know you are going to be very special to other students, just like you are very special to me. I can't wait to see where life takes me and all the advice you are going to give me. Also, remember, Incarnate Word will always be better than Sam. Love you always.
Okay, can y'all hear me? Okay. All right. Maddie, when you walked into my floral design classroom almost 3 years ago with a bright smile and a friendly attitude, I knew you were one of those students that would leave an impact on my life forever. It was my first year at Santa Fe, and to say I was nervous was an understatement. Maddie, you were so welcoming and encouraging, not only to me, but to your classmates. You helped me learn the ins and the outs of the campus and didn't judge me when I mentioned I hadn't seen the softball field yet. I am grateful to have had you as a student I can count on. Thank you for always coming into my room before dual credit just to say hi or try to convince me that Incarnate Word was better than Sam Houston. You're an outstanding student and a great role model. I know you will go on to do great things. I'm so very proud of you for continuing your education and your dream of playing college softball. The University of Incarnate Word in San Antonio will truly be better because of you. I wish you nothing but the absolute best on this next chapter of your life. You're welcome to come visit me anytime. I'm thankful for the times I was able to be your teacher and look forward to our times as friends. It's my privilege to present Maddie Blake with her Gold Honor Cord. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Petrosky. Our next student will be Ms. Janelle Bowen, and she will be introducing Ms. Amy Hoff.
Hey guys, I'm kind of nervous, so don't judge me. Okay, so hi, Ms. Hoff. I just wanted to say thank you for being a great teacher. Throughout this year, you have shown me that you genuinely care and wanted me to succeed. At the beginning of the year, I had no idea what I was going to do with my life, and I still kind of don't. But even in the midst of an existential crisis, you still have been supportive and encouraged me to keep going and stay positive. And for that, I am very grateful. Your class has been one of my favorite classes I've ever took. And that says a lot about you because it was my first period of the day. So, it's really hard for me to be interested in things in the morning. So thank you for keeping me interested, and your sarcasm and your humor always made the mornings more enjoyable. Even though you were only my teacher for about 3/4 of a year, you have taught me so much, and I will always be grateful that I had you as a teacher.
You did good. I like what you added.
Oh, I forgot something. I got you some flowers, some virtual flowers. Okay, sorry about that.
Okay, am I good? All right. Wasn't sure, wasn't getting reactions, weird. All right, that was really sweet, Janelle. Thank you for the virtual flowers. I just wanted to say that as much as you maybe didn't like being in my class right away in the morning, because it was right away in the morning, you were the one who always put a smile on my face when you came into my classroom. You were always positive. You always tried your hardest. Even on the days when we were all struggling, you had this like calming presence about you that just made everything feel better. I know you're really nervous about what's to come in the future. I know that things are kind of uncertain, but I know you'll figure it out like you do everything else, and you're gonna be great. Congratulations on this. Congratulations on your honor cord, and go get them at A&M.
Thank you, Ms. Hoff. Our next speaker will be Ms. Naomi Boyson, and she'll be introducing Dolly Petrosky.
All right. Miss
P. I would like to start off by saying thank you. Thank you for not only coaching me and preparing me for my future, but being the best mentor and role model. You always took the time to believe in me. You dedicated countless hours and time working with others and I. You came up with so many creative ideas to make practice fun. You demonstrated what it means to be an ag teacher. You not only encouraged me to strive above and beyond, but allowed me to believe in myself. You pushed me to find and pursue my passion in agriculture, and for that, I'm truly thankful. You're always there to support us and make us laugh. I'm going to miss all the numerous car rides and all the memories that we created together as a team. All that we accomplished together. Those will forever have a place in my heart. Because of you, I have accomplished many great things. And I'm now 22nd in the state for livestock judging. And you inspire me and motivate me to be the best that I can be, to always work hard, to never give up. That it's okay to make mistakes and to learn from them. I will not be where I'm at today without your help and your encouragement. You always taught me many things, and I will take that with me for the future in my career choice of a livestock judge and veterinarian. Thank you.
Hey, Nomi, I'm so honored to be able to be chosen as your inspirational teacher for tonight. I wasn't able to physically teach you in the walls of the high school, but in the walls of our ag barn and many other livestock facilities across the state. You are a natural born leader and a teacher. You are quick to jump in and help younger students with their projects at the barn and at judging contests. There were some contests I considered you a second coach because you have a remarkable way of explaining how you see classes to other members and that they get it. You have done an exceptional job juggling travel bells, FFA, 4-H, and your mountain of schoolwork. The countless miles, Bucky stops, and the set of judging classes we've been through will forever hold a special place in my heart. You set the bar very high for our upcoming livestock judging members, even if you did forget to bubble in a crucial part of your Scantron one time. I know that our judging season didn't have a great ending and you didn't have the opportunity to shine like I know you would have at the area judging contest. But I'm so proud that you have chosen to continue your livestock judging career and your education in agriculture at Blaine College in the fall. I hope you'll come back and teach us a few things one day. Thank you for teaching me some killer dance moves this year and being an encouraging friend when I thought I was going to puke before that football game experience for travel bells. I wouldn't have made it through that experience without you. I'm so thankful for the time I was able to be your teacher and your mentor. I look forward to you coming and visiting anytime you wish. I hope nothing but the best in this next chapter of your life. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you, Ms. Petrosky. Our next speaker will be Camden Brown, along with Ryan Brack.
Am I good? Okay. First off, I wanted to start off by saying that I am the first guy and I do not talk as much as the girls and I didn't prepare as much as the girls. So I just wanted to say I chose Mr. Brack as my teacher because he acts like an older high school student. He's always found a way to make learning fun and different types of games and activities. It was always easy to understand new concepts because he always gave us a fun way to learn them. Mr. Brack also understands that we have life outside of high school, and that can sometimes interfere with homework and even focusing in class. He was always there to help me if I needed it on assignment or even if I just needed a break to calm down and regroup myself. Thank you for making school fun again, Mr. Brack, and understanding that life happens sometimes. And I also wanted to add that during quarantine, thank you for always being available for Zoom calls or anything when we need help on time. And that's all.
Am I on? Okay. I'm a little emotional hearing everything from everybody. And all right. Camden, I had the honor of you being one of my first students and from my first year teaching, being in my class. And there's a quality I see in you. You may not believe it. You may not see it now. But I think you're going to be a strong man when you grow up. You're going to be, and I'm going to be so proud of your strength. in the beginning of the year, I have a policy with this cell phone. You're supposed to put it in the cubby holes and keep it there in class. But I had one exception. And that exception was if life hits you and you need your phone, just tell me, hey, life is hitting me. I won't ask any questions. I won't say, hey, put your phone away. I'm just going to assume that you're being truthful and honest to me and life is hitting you. During that time, when you came to me and asked, life is hitting me, I didn't ask the question. I just observed and waited. And a few days later, I would ask, how's it going? And you said, it's getting better and it's getting better. And then I started to see a twinkle in your eye and you were being happy, you were being yourself again, energetic. And then another time hit and you went down. But every time I saw this happen, I saw you grow in strength. You grew and overcame whatever obstacle was happening in your life. And I believe that with that strength that you learn to take with you and all those experiences you overcome, you're going to be a rock to someone's life in the future. You're going to change their life. And every encounter, every experience is going to be so rich and so valuable because you're going to keep overcoming it and keep overcoming. You may not believe that now, but I'm excited for the future of the people and the family members you're going to change, of the strength that you're growing right now. And you won't realize it until the end of the road and look back and see your progress. And everyone's going to be so thankful to have you in their lives. And Camden, I'm so honored that you chose me as your guest. And I am honored to present you your gold cord.
Thank you, Mr. Brack. Our next student will be Layla Butler with Mr. Scott Taylor.
Hi guys, can y'all see me? Okay, so I wrote just a little bit. So I just wanted to say, dear Coach Taylor, it's been 2 years since I've had you as a teacher, but your impact still resonates with me as a person. We've had some crazy moments that I'm sure we all remember, but nonetheless, you taught me some amazing life lessons. Some of the most memorable things that I learned were compassion, perseverance, and commitment. No doubt, your AP World History class was difficult, especially as my first ever AP class. However, I don't think I've ever succeeded in an AP class quite like I did in yours. You have been for sure one of the most amazing teachers I've ever had. Seriously, I don't think I ever saw you look at a page of notes one time while lecturing, like ever. You and your class helped instill the idea that even when things are difficult, you can succeed. You just have to give it your all. And for that, I'm forever grateful. I don't want to keep rambling, so instead I'll just say thank you. Thank you for always being an amazing educator. Thank you for the bomb jalapeno cornbread. Thank you for always being someone I could talk to, and thank you for all you did for me while you were at the high school. Also, I just want to say that I do in fact still have your copy of this encyclopedia. So she's coming with me to college.
Okay, I've been missing that thing for I don't know how long. I got the whole set sitting there. There's volume 6 missing, but that's okay. If you're using it, hey, use it, kid. That's what it's there for, was for y'all to use. But I honestly sitting there thinking, where's volume 6 after all these years? So now I know. Well, Janelle beat me to the punch, but virtual flowers galore. I totally didn't have these laying around the house already or anything. But Ms. Butler, I am so pleased and honored that you chose me to be here. And I will definitely be taking my jalapeno cornbread recipe to the grave with me. But I will try to find some way to share that with you one day. But let me go ahead and read my letter that I wrote for you. So I'm so excited to be here. Dear Miss Butler, I'm not going to lie, it was difficult for me to figure out how to start this letter to you. It has been a long time since I've seen all of you, and I was a bit nervous, so I thought I would take some advice from an old colleague who used to teach a writing seminar with me and just begin with the dreaded Star Wars paragraph. Nearly 3 years ago, my first impression of a certain young lady was her request to withdraw from my AP World History course. She had seen the syllabus and was nervous about her ability to complete the work. Maybe she was just nervous about doing that much work. I asked her to stay and told her she would be able to do well in the course if she just worked hard and kept a positive attitude. Somewhat begrudgingly, she decided to stick it out. This was the beginning of my school year teaching not only the best group of students I have ever taught, but also teaching this incredible young lady. Layla Butler, as I got to know you, I was able to teach one of the brightest, most persistent, and positive young ladies I have ever had the pleasure to teach. I'm truly honored to virtually be with you here tonight. Layla, your positivity in particular has always been a pleasure. Don't get me wrong, teenagers are always good at sarcastic and cynical comments from time to time, and you were no exception. Even so, you couldn't help but smile through every snide remark and quickly rebut with your inherent positivity. You can never help but let your positivity shine through. You never entered my classroom without a handshake and a smile, and even reminded me when I forgot the handshake at the door. You were a constant joy to have in my class, and your brilliance was able to penetrate even the gloomiest of days. Your brilliance was clearly a result of your positivity. Despite your original apprehension about taking a college class in your sophomore year of high school, you ended up being one of the top performing students in the class you were so eager to leave at the beginning of the year. That is no simple task. You are joined by an incredible group of students who share in your brilliance and persistence. The class of 2020 has proven time and again that they can truly accomplish anything they set their minds to. And you, Layla, are one of the most incredible members of that class. There is a plethora of evidence to support this claim, but to keep it simple, you were able to earn college credit in your sophomore year of high school. That is an incredible feat, but you are truly blessed with the brilliance, and it was an honor to witness the growth of that brilliance in the short time that I knew you. But this positivity and brilliance is truly a result of your enduring persistence. You could have taken the easy way out all those years ago, but you stuck with it. You didn't just stay in the class, but you worked hard at it. You participated in discussions and practiced your writing. You were an active contributor to your own education. You were able to teach yourself more in that class than I could have ever dreamed to have given you. You applied this persistence to your schoolwork and your extracurriculars like choir and bells. Persistence, or perhaps perseverance, is a more appropriate word. I don't think I could sum up the entire class of 2020 with a better word than that. This class has endured more in their high school career than any person should have to in their lifetime. Yet I know each and every student will not only persevere, but this world is a better place because of these students. Layla, you have been honored as exceptional among the most exceptional. You have persevered with your positivity and your brilliance. I am honored to be here tonight. I am honored to call myself your teacher, and I am honored that I get to live in a world that will be made better because you are in it. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Now go out and make this world a better place. It is a privilege to be able to present Layla Butler with her gold honor cord. Thank you, Ms. Butler.
Lovely. Thank you, Coach Taylor. Our next student will be Cassie Cruz, and she'll be introducing Ms. Danielle Hildebrand.
Can y'all see me? I don't know. Okay. Hildebrand, you have changed my high school experience. You have impacted my life so much in the last 2 years. You are a role model to me and so many others because you always put others before yourself. You are willing to do anything for any student who walks through the doors at the high school and are continuously trying to make our experience better. You inspire everyone around you because you do what you do for this community. When you became the student council advisor 2 years ago, you did whatever was necessary to make sure everything was running smoothly and students were happy at all times. I honestly don't know how you did it because I know we were a lot to handle. Going to your classroom every day the past 2 years, even though you didn't always want me to be there, was the best part of my day. I will never forget all the memories I made sitting in your room and through student council. You have always supported me and helped me make it through high school. I want to say thank you for all you've done for me. Love you, Hildy.
Okay, well, I'm gonna call you out because at 6:30 she texted me and said, I didn't know I was supposed to write anything. So that was pretty good for last minute. Thanks, Cassie. Appreciate it. So Cassie, first and foremost, thank you for being a great president for Student Council this year. We introduced a lot of new things like the Blackout Pep Rally, Tribe Wars, and the Snowball, and you helped them become great events. I wish I've got to know you before your junior year. You bring a light in the room that shines on all of the good things and makes everything positive and pleasant. Your voice of reason was just what I needed sometimes to rein in my crazy ideas. I admire you for being so dedicated to anything you were involved with. Although it was sometimes frustrating to get the answer, after I study for my test next period, I will. When I sometimes ask for things to be done in 5th period Stuco, it also made me proud. You're a great volleyball player, amazing leader and student council president, and also smart and dedicated to your academics. You're a triple threat with the biggest heart. I know you're going to continue to do great things in the world. It needs amazing people like you. Good luck at UT next year. I'm sure going to miss you, but we'll also be rooting for you to get all the success in the world. I know the class of 2020 hasn't had the smoothest high school experience, and I hate how this year ended. I would wish away COVID a million times to give y'all a senior smackdown, prom, and powder puff, but the world had another plan. Just like we had before, we will make it through. Please take your strength and perseverance with you wherever you go. I believe with my full heart that you can make it through anything and you come out stronger. Stay that way. It's a great trait to have. Good luck on all of your future endeavors. You're going to be awesome at UT. I already miss you. It is a privilege to be able to present Cassie Cruz with her gold cord.
Thank you, Ms. Hildebrim. Our next student is Ashley DeNoble with Ms. Robin Lohner.
I don't know if you guys can see me. Yes, I'm assuming so. So I'm gonna just go ahead and read and be quiet. Miss Lohner, you are one of the most hardworking, kind, and intelligent teachers I've ever met. The last 2 years I've had your classes, I've learned challenging topics as well how to be a better problem solver. Your projects were always fun and allowed for creativity, and many posters that are plastered all over your walls now. You've helped me learn my love for science. Yes, even with your lectures, which just turned into tangents and always included horses. We protested straws and recycled together to save the turtles and trees. Even when I really failed a test, you always had a kind word to say, and you always made me laugh. And we just, made fun of each other relentlessly. Thank you, Ms. Lohner, for being such a great teacher and all the support, laughs, and memories you've given me to take with me. Thank you, Ms. Lohner.
Am I on?
Yes, we can hear you, Ms. Lohner. We just can't see you, but we can hear you.
Okay, I'll go ahead and read my letter here. Ashley, it was so great to see you. I'm so honored to be chosen by you tonight. I've had you in my class, my science classes for the last 2 years. First in my AP Biology and my AP Physics 1 classes, and this year in AP Environmental Science. You also serve as my co-president of the first year of Stream Club. You were very brave to accept the position of a club that had so many unknowns, but you did an awesome job, and I'm eternally grateful for your involvement. When I was asked tonight to share an impression I had of you, it made me think of the quote, "So often you find that the students you're trying to inspire are the ones that end up inspiring you." Your kindness, optimism, humor, and creative talent provides inspiration and encouragement to everyone around you, including me. Sometimes our experiments didn't go as planned, but you would be there to offer your eternal optimism that something useful could be gleaned from the effort and the time was not wasted. You see, you are one of those students that make me a better teacher and make my job easier. Your positive energy is infectious and has helped to engage those that didn't feel your same enthusiasm about science. I've made it no secret to you of how you inspire me by your creative ability. So often I would ask to keep your projects for their artistic merit. You are so beautifully able to take scientific concepts and present them in a form of art for everyone to admire. Sometimes if a project didn't already offer an artistic element, I would include one as an option because I knew you would create something fantastic, and you always did. Whether in the classroom or during stream events, you provided strong leadership. I enjoyed seeing you take ideas and execute them with your organizational skills and your ability to work with others. With your approachable style, even the shyest freshman could open up to you and feel comfortable participating in those scientific events. I know all of these talents will take you anywhere you want to go. So it is with great pleasure that I present you, Ashley, with your gold cord of honor. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lohner. Our next guest will be Mr. Marcus Dobson, and he'll be introducing Ms. Amy Hoff.
Are we good? Okay. Mrs. Hoff, thank you for my 3 years spent in the classroom of D105. Upon my entry into your classroom during my sophomore year, I expected English, as always, to be one of my dreaded classes. However, even though I consider English to be one of my weaker subjects, I always appreciated your class. When I look at the 3 years of my time in high school, I always enjoyed the environment of learning and wit that was always present in your class. Despite all the changes that occurred in the past years, I always appreciated the consistency provided in your classroom. Thank you for making my high school experience better.
All right. As Reese said, I'm going to call him Reese because I can't stop calling him Reese. We've been together now for 3 years. It's been a crazy 3 years. But one of the things that I will always take with me in my time from you is how calm you always are, how mature you've always been. Honestly, how stoic when you first came into my classroom. I thought your eyes were going to roll out of your head the way that you rolled them with the comments, especially sophomore year, some of your classmates. It's been a privilege to see you open up a little bit more this last year, to find comfort in literature and to actually find some things that you enjoyed. I think this year we really broke that barrier. I know English is not your favorite subject, but I'm really glad that I made it a good experience for you. I know you'll be successful in the years to come whenever you decide for sure what you want to do. As long as you continue to find that worth and that meaning in anything that you're asked to do, you will be met with great success. It is my privilege and my honor to be able to present you with your gold cord tonight. Thank you.
Thank you again, Ms. Hoff. Our next speaker will be Ms. Rachel Douglas with Ms. Christina White.
Can y'all see me? Hi, everyone. Okay, I miss everyone, first of all. Okay, so it was so hard picking a teacher for this. Okay, thank you, Mom. Those are my balloons. It was so hard picking a teacher for this, but I picked Coach White as my teacher because she wasn't only my teacher. She inspired me to be a better student, athlete, and person. Her hard work ethic, determination, and dry sense of humor always made me want to strive to be the best version I could be. She always was a shoulder to lean on, and it was always nice having her to talk to. She inspired so many students to go back to school and made Santa Fe High School feel like actual fun. Even though she left Santa Fe, we still keep in contact and support one another. She has been in multiple volleyball games, most senior-related activities, and is always reaching out to her students. Coach White is truly one of a kind, and I am blessed to call her my teacher, coach, and friend. Thank you for everything, Coach White. I will miss you and always stay in contact. Once again, thank you for making my high school years some of the best. Also, I want to thank everyone for putting this on for us honor grads. It means so much to us. Thank you.
Can you all see me? Can you hear me? Hopefully. Hi, everyone. I'm Christina White. I've been thinking about what to say in this speech for approximately 492 days, which dates back to about the time when I bribed Rachel into picking me to be her honor teacher. Some might call it blackmail because I threatened to tell everyone about the weird piece of chocolate she ate off my classroom floor that we found the disgusting details out about later that day.
But then to my surprise a few weeks ago, she actually picked me and I could not be more honored. So all jokes aside, mainly because I can't tell if I'm rocking it or completely failing, Rachel is one of the best people you'll ever meet in your life. She's a rare breed in today's world of teenage girls. She's smart, she's kind, she's strong, and she's not afraid to speak her mind. Although she embodies all of these amazing things, the most important qualities that exceed all her academic and extracurricular accolades are her personality and overall character. Not a single day went by that Rachel didn't put a smile on my face and the faces of her peers. Whether it was through funny stories, randomly farting in class, or licking the pudding cup dry, there was never a dull moment. She not only has the ability to empathize with others, but she holds the power to help them change their lives. The old saying that happiness is contagious remains steadfast in the life of Rachel Douglas. Her positivity and outlook on life helps others to find the desire to be better, myself included. Rachel is a rarity in today's world. My life has been forever changed by her presence in my classroom and in my world. Not only do I strive to be as joyful as she is each and every day, despite every challenge she's faced with, but I hope to use her as an example to help mold my own daughter. I look forward to seeing her accomplish all of her goals and grow to be a woman that I can one day call a friend. I'm so very proud of you, Rachel. I look forward to keeping in touch, and I now present you with your gold honor cord.
Thank you, Ms. White. Our next student will be Ms. Kylie Elgin, and she'll be introducing Ms. Amy Hoff.
Hello, am I on? Yes, okay. So, hi, Ms. Hoff. First off, I just want to say how you are quite possibly the one teacher that has kept me sane during high school. Although I've only been a student of yours for 3 years and not 4, you have shown me love in a way that not a lot of teachers have shown me. Yes, you may not be the most affectionate teacher, especially when it comes to hugs, you weirdo. But your continuous gratitude shows your love just as much. Your sarcasm has by far been one of the best things that I admire most about you. You have never failed to have me smiling at least once while in your classroom during the school day. I also wanted to thank you for being one of the only teachers that has continuously made sure that I am okay and that I'm on top of my work. Not that you've ever had to, but that you wanted to, and that always stuck with me. As I was diagnosed with anxiety towards the end of my freshman year, you were the one teacher that noticed that I wasn't exactly myself on a given day. As I have always been the type of person to check on others and to make sure others are taken care of before myself, it was nice to be asked how I was doing and to frequently be checked on. You made me feel cared for and like I was seen, not just as any other student, but as Kylie Elgin. You never belittled me, and at times I was shaken, you helped me get right back on track, and whether that being personal life or school life. The fact that you're my teacher and I've been able to confide in you has given me a sense of safeness within our school these past few years. As after everything our school has been through, it's very hard to find a place where I feel safe in at all times. And that place that I feel safe in has been D105. Thank you, Ms. Hoff, for being my mentor and my all-around most relatable person. You have impacted my life in nothing but positive ways, and I will always carry that with me. You are cherished. Thank you, Ms. Hoff.
Oh, Kylie. Well, you said it right then. We've been together for 3 years. So another one of my 3-year kiddos. There's something about that 4th period class from sophomore year that apparently turned out to be something really special. Here I was thinking that you were laughing at my jokes when they weren't funny, but really maybe they were, and I actually made you smile. So that was pretty cool. And you were also right about the fact that you really always thought about others, and that's something that I really, truly admire about you, that you were always putting the needs of others before yourself all the time. I've enjoyed watching you gain confidence in yourself these past 3 years. I know that life has thrown you a lot of curveballs, but you've managed to pick up the pieces every single time. And I'm just glad that I was able to help you just a little bit along the way. I want you, as you move to SFA this fall, to continue to gain confidence in yourself. Continue to have faith in yourself. You have a lot to give to this world. Believe in yourself and believe in what you are capable of, because I know that you are capable of great things. It's my privilege to be able to present you with your gold honor cord, and I will give you a hug as soon as I can.
Thank you, Ms. Hoff. Our next student is Angelina Irvin, and she'll be presenting Miss Elizabeth Edge.
On. Can you hear me? Okay. Miss Edge, I want to thank you for being such an amazing teacher. I appreciate how you always encourage me to do my best. You help me to work as hard as I can to achieve my goals. You even volunteered me to do Battle of the Books in 6th grade, even though I only read one book, but I had to read a little more to do that. Unfortunately, you're a Redskins fan, so I can't like you that much. But other than that, you're great. Thank you for all the support you've given me over the years. I'll always remember you as one of my favorite teachers.
Can you hear me? Okay, well, before I start, hail to the Redskins. So, dear Angel, having you as a student was a privilege. You were a history teacher's dream. You asked thoughtful questions and you had strong opinions that you voiced and articulately debated. However, it took you time to become that student. You were so quiet at first. When we did your student-led conference, you were so nervous. Yet when it was over, I remember sitting with you and your mom, tears coming from all of our eyes because we were so proud of you and your accomplishments. That conference was the breaker in our relationship. You became more comfortable and you really started to let your personality show through. From that point on, the sassy, opinionated Angel I know came out. You always put a smile on my face with a one-liner. Your wit can rarely be matched. On the most frustrating of days, you would give me this look, and I swear we had full conversations about whatever was aggravating us in that moment. Over the years, I have loved watching you grow up. Each time I have seen you, your smile has radiated. You have grown into such a beautiful, sweet, intelligent, and mature young woman. You have seen the world far more than most people ever will, and those experiences have shaped you into who you are. Those experiences have made you a very compassionate person and wise beyond your years. You have a unique perspective of the world, and it has allowed you to grow into a well-rounded and empathetic young woman. I wanted to make sure I stressed the empathetic part there. You are extremely loyal to those in your life and care immensely about your family and friends. Your work ethic has always impressed me. You've never allowed yourself to settle, and you do what it takes to reach your goals. You are one half of the slacker duo, two girls who were so sweet and quiet, but put them together and you had a dynamic duo that can never be forgotten. The slacker duo will always be one of my favorite teaching memories. Texas Tech is so lucky to have you. I cannot wait to see what you do with your future, and I am blessed to have been part of your journey. Congratulations on your graduation. I am extremely proud of you, and it is my privilege to present Angelina Irvin with her virtual gold honor cord. Congratulations, Angel.
Thank you, Ms. Edge. Our next guest will be Oldrich Farasic, and he'll be introducing Ms. Mimi Norton.
Hello, yes, hopefully I can be heard. Dear Miss Norton, thank you for everything you did for my class at Santa Fe High School and for what you are doing at Brazosport ISD. You've impacted so many students with your teaching and made many people better because of it. Before I entered your class, I viewed math as something that was just a bunch of numbers that couldn't do anything other than just exist. After your class, specifically statistics, I realized that math could be used to predict the world around us and, if used right, make it a better place. Your Your wonderful teaching made math easier to grasp and apply to our own world. Thanks to your class, I became even more confident about going into engineering. Without teachers like you, there would be a lot less people trying to make a positive impact on the world. Thanks for everything you did for me, your current students, and your students in the future. Thank you.
Aldrich, just wait 1 second. We're not seeing Miss Norton may have gotten kicked off. I'm not seeing her on here. Kip, is she trying to get back on?
She should be there in just 1 second.
Okay, we'll wait. This is just an example of sometimes we're going to have little hiccups like this with technology. Internet sometimes goes down, things like that. So I appreciate everybody's patience because this is a very important and special time for our students and teachers.
Hi, can y'all hear me now? Okay, I don't know how to get my video on. How do you do that? Oh, there. Oh, well, that's scary. Maybe it was better if I just left it off. It's so good to see y'all. I cannot tell y'all how much fun this is. Anyway, Aldrich, that was very sweet. Thank you very much for your kind words. And thank you for asking me to be your 2020 honor teacher. It's a very special privilege to be asked to do this, especially since I am no longer at Santa Fe High School. I am sad that the 2020 seniors are having such a messed up end of the year, but I know with everything you all have been through in the last few years, this will only make you even stronger. Aldrich, I had a special honor to have you 2 years in a row for Algebra 2 and AP Stats. You always gave me 110%, but in AP Stats, you were almost like my assistant. Since you were in my first class of the day, you helped me get things figured out so that my next AP Stats class could be successful. For that, I thank you very much. I hope to stay in touch so I can see the amazing things you will do in your future. I know you will be an awesome engineer. And I just want to thank you again for the special honor. And it is a privilege to be able to present Aldrich Farasik with his Gold Honor Cord.
Thank you, Miss Norton. Our next student will be Miss Michaela Flowers, and she'll be with Coach Barsh.
Okay, I think, is my sound working? Yes. Okay. This is very last minutely written because I didn't know about this Zoom call until about 10 minutes ago. And if you could see me, you'd be able to tell by how. But I just want to see years and for making PAL such a memorable experience. You're such a caring person and always go the extra mile for your students. Even this past year, when you weren't my teacher, you still helped super stressed out about whatever it would be because I didn't have much time to.
Michaela, I don't know if you can hear me. You're kind of breaking up and we'd really love to hear what you said. So if you don't mind just saying it again, we'd really appreciate it. If it's not working, then I know you and Miss Barsh can get together, but we'd love to hear it.
Okay, I'll try to say it again. Hopefully it's more clear. Okay, this is very last minutely written because I didn't know about the Zoom call until about 10 minutes ago. And if you could see me, you'd be able to tell that. But I just want to say thank you to Coach B for everything you've taught me throughout the past 2 years and for making PALS such an extra mile for your students. Even this past year, when you weren't my teacher, you still helped me with difficult situations I came across, whether it be in PALS or not. Thank you for also helping me when I'd walk into class super stressed out about whatever it would be. And that's all because I didn't have much time.
All right, Michaela, it's okay. Everything's last minute. That's how we roll. So I want to start off by telling you, thank you so much for choosing me as your honored grad student teacher. It makes me feel really, really blessed. First off, I'm blessed to have you for 2 years. I had the opportunity to not only have you in PALS, but I also got to have you in student council this year. You continuously make me smile and you have a huge heart. You care for others and you're not afraid to say what's on your mind. I like to think that the reason you do not want to graduate early is because you want to spend more time with me and Hildebrand. I love your curiosity and your ability to see the good in everything. I'll miss you coming in and telling me all about your pets and your adventures that you go on. R.I.P. to little B. Also, I'll always be searching the halls looking for your hidden Peppa Pigs that you say you have hidden around the school. Having you in PALS, let me see how great of a human you truly are. I got to see you grow and how others looked up to you. You became a role model for so many younger students. I don't think that you realized how much those kids and I really needed you every day. I'm going to miss seeing your smiling face and miss you bringing in the new miniatures for us to look at and me being amazed that there's things like this being made. We will miss you in student council. Who's going to sit with us and yell extra loud, even if we don't have a clue what we're yelling about or what anything means in soccer, because not very many people know about that. Thank you for always bringing a smile to my face and being a reason to come to work every day. Congratulations and keep working hard, sweet girl. Most of all, stay curious and shoot for the stars. It's my privilege to present you with your gold honor cord. I can't wait to see your graduation.
Thank you, Miss Barsh. Our next student will be Miss Michaela. I'm sorry, she just presented. Forgot to mark it out. Our next student will be Hunter Ganem, and he'll be presenting Miss Sharmi Mantu.
So I think I pressed this button. Okay, yeah, okay, that works with me. I would like to say that I am at the beach currently right now, and I currently just ran to the car to make this because I know that me and Miss Mantooth share a common bond with the ocean. Coming from the Navy, she loved it. I would like to thank Miss Mantooth for the great 4 years we had together. However, my junior, I didn't get to celebrate with her because my classes weren't set up that way. Great teacher, loved her to death. I still kept you close though, even though we didn't have a class together. I built a bond with Miss Aber that year though. It was nice. I still would go over to your room and say hi. I'm going to miss you your teaching ways, especially your crazy life stories. Those are really fun. Like they made the class a lot easier and a lot more fun. Even whenever you had the candy at the quizzes, it really helped. We were able to lean on each other a lot from 2018 all the way to 2020. We just shared so many experiences that just brought us close together, and it was nice to have a teacher that I could talk to. This helped so much with my high school career. I also wanted to say thank you so much, and you've influenced my life so much. And I am grateful to have you as a teacher, and I'll see you soon. June 5th. That is it.
Think I may have figured out the video this time. Let's see. I'm good. Well, Hunter, look what I'm holding. You missed, if you were at the beach, you missed the fact that I had Bailey's book too, but I couldn't show it to her. This is the book that you wrote as a freshman. Do you remember who you wrote it with? You're one of your sidekicks, Kate Albrecht. If a guy lives in Alaska, I get to hold on to this. But I really do thank you for the honor and privilege of being selected as your teacher. You probably did miss what I said to Bailey. So when I read my letter, you might not understand the first part. It says, just like I did for Bailey, I tried multiple ways to express how grateful I am to have had the opportunity to be your teacher for 3 different courses. But my attempts at poetry, songwriting, and art all ended up the same way, with a pile of papers in the recycle bin. I even used the app lab in code.org and tried to write an app that symbolized your uniqueness, but that one ended up in the digital scrap pile. So I let my mind wander, and those meanderings, I thought of how much I like bridges and how you reminded me of a bridge. Now bear with me on that one. I know you guys think I like bridges because of all the triangles in them, which is true, but there's a lot more than that. What is it about bridges that reminds me of you? Bridges are aesthetically designed to stand out in their environment, and each bridge is unique, just like you, Hunter. You are unique, and I love that you are comfortable with yourself. You know who you are, and you stand out and are loved purely because you are you, and you do it in style. If you remember from your geometry projects, and I know it's been a few years, bridges come in so many different types. Footbridges, railroad bridges, drawbridges. I don't know if you remember the one that rolls up, swing bridges, rope bridges, covered bridges, the list just goes on. That makes me think of your multiple talents: football, soccer, theater production, acting, comedy, just to name a few. Your multi-talented persona showed up in each one of my classes too: geometry, computer science, and AP computer science principles. But I will remember you best for the cheerfulness you brought to each class. You always seem to have the talent to make each day better for those around you. But that brings me to the third and most important aspect of a bridge: its purpose. The purpose of a bridge is to bring together two things that would otherwise be separated, opening up a new world to those who cross it. Hunter, your ability to make everyone's day better, to bring humor and cheer to those around you while not compromising on productivity or ethics, makes you a unique type of leader, one who can bring people together. That is a talent that is timeless and is needed in every generation and in every difficult moment in history. You are a true ambassador of goodwill, and you will make a difference because of it. Because of you, people will at least see a glimpse of what is best in other people, those who are separated by the bridges of life. I can't wait to see what you're going to do with this amazing gift. Thank you, Hunter, for the honor of being your teacher tonight at this banquet, and it is my honor to present you with your virtual gold cord.
Thank you, Ms. Mantooth. Our next speaker will be Emily Graves and Amy Hoff.
Okay, hi. I'm probably the last person y'all think to be nervous talking in front of people, but Ms. Hoff, words cannot describe how thankful I am to be blessed with a teacher that made me enjoy writing again, while simultaneously bringing a smile to my face every single day with your sarcasm and honesty. I have never had to defend your name to anyone because every student in Santa Fe knows how amazing you are. We have been through a lot in your classroom, from rednecks, tough situations, and tense Socratic circles. You've always respected my dislike for confrontation, and I can't imagine having to watch me sophomore, junior, and senior year and how much I've changed, hopefully for the better. I hope you continue to fangirl over Harry Potter and young Leonardo DiCaprio, and I'm excited to see you continue to be an amazing mother to Ellie over Facebook now that you can add me back. I love you and will miss you the most next year.
Oh, Emily, it has been 3 years. It's crazy to think of you as that little sophomore who walked in 3 years ago. We have weathered a lot together. That fourth period was rough sophomore year. But one of the things that I will remember the most is that anything that I threw at you, you tried. Anything that I asked you to do, it was like, how high can I jump? You were always positive. You were always smiling. You didn't always realize the energy that you brought. I think you've really come into your own in that sense. One of the biggest and most important things that I hope that you've realized is the joy that you can bring to other people. Your strengths really lie in putting a smile on everyone's face. And I hope that you keep using those gifts to uplift other people, whether it be in your future career, whether it just be in pursuing your passions. You are a truly amazing young woman. It's been a privilege to get to teach you. I know you were nervous when you walked into my classroom because I had taught Jacob, and the whole idea of teaching someone similar to their siblings, you were two very separate people, and I'm very, very glad that I got to know you. It is a privilege to be able to present Emily Graves with our honor cord, and I hope to see you at graduation.
Thank you, ladies. The next student is Hunter Guidros, presenting Stephanie Robinette.
Hello, everyone. I hope you can see me. So you probably may think that like I switched schools, but I promise you I didn't. I just joined another program and I wasn't on campus that often. But moving on, Miss Robinette, you are a fantastic person. During my 2 years at Santa Fe High School, before I joined the collegiate program, you were my teacher and mentor for my freshman and sophomore year. I found you to be an inspiration to me in how I think creatively and what I should consider that's important in my life. Having Miss Robinette as my teacher in class brought me great joy as we would share ideas of graphic design and take joy with our common hobbies and new creative ways to create art. I look up to Miss Robinette as someone who pursues passion in life, regardless of obstacles or what her job may be. Miss Robinette, you have brought out a creative side to me that I wasn't very familiar with, but over time I became accustomed to myself and I grew as a human being. And the lessons that you taught me during art class wasn't only just for art class, but it also carried on in my life and how I grew as a person and developed over time. Overall, I just want to say thank you, and I'm glad that I was your student.
Hi, Hunter. First of all, let me say you've been a part of collegiate for 2 years, so I feel like I just got like hit in the face with how much you've grown up so much since the last time I've seen you. Hunter, first of all, I want to congratulate you on all of your hard work over these past 4 years. You might not know this, but when you were a freshman in my class, that was also my first year of teaching ever. I was just as nervous as all the little freshmen in my class. And I can't tell you how much it meant to me to have a student like you. You were so enthusiastic about art, about learning, about every single one of your classes. You were enthusiastic to learn. And I said to myself, I really love being here with all these amazing kiddos. The next year was coming up, or the next few years were coming up, and you were just distraught at the fact that your classes didn't align and allow you to take art another year or another 2 years. So we had a lot of talks over many days in class, and we decided that you could continue your art education with me, even though you weren't in my classroom. You were one of the first students that actually taught me that just because you're not in my classroom doesn't mean I can't teach you. You came to my classroom, all the way down to my classroom whenever you could, and you sought out assignments. You, in fact, many of you, if you've actually walked past my classroom, have seen his assignment that he did the year that he was seeking out assignments outside of any of his classes. It is still one of my favorite pieces. If you ever see it, it's of 2 horses and it's very colorful. It's one of the most proud moments because that was something that was one of the first pieces of work that a student of mine had created for me. It is still one of my favorite pieces to this day. And also it won an award at the rodeo. So just saying. But I want to congratulate you on all of your accomplishments, Hunter. I want to give you a big hug. but big virtual hug. And it's an honor to present you with your gold cord. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Robinette. Our next student will be Emily Hartnett with Mr. Cody Allred.
I kind of look rough, but let me get to my notes. So Mr. Cody has been one of the best teachers I think Santa Fe has had. The reason I say this is because he loves his job and he loves his students. I met you when my Spanish teacher quit in the middle of the year and I had to join your class sophomore year. I was quiet at first until I started talking your ear off every day that school year about softball, school, and my boy drama and anything I needed to rant about. I'm so glad I met you. Thank you, Mr. Cody, for always asking if I'm okay and saying something positive to not only me, but every student at our school. I appreciate the times I was able to come to your classroom just to talk. You've helped me gain my confidence about myself and my future. I wish you could be a teacher at my college, but Santa Fe needs you. Thank you for everything you have done for me, and I hope you know how much I have appreciated you. Also, Miss Edge, I am so glad you brought up the Slacker duo because your class in 6th grade is how me and Angel became best friends, and I don't know what I would have done without her. I am grateful for having you as my teacher as well, but thank you, Mr. Cody, for being the best teacher Santa Fe has had. Is it gonna go off?
All right, I'm not sure if you can hear me. Can anybody hear me? Okay, perfect. Thanks, Mr. Orlano. It just says failed to start video, but I will go ahead and read it out anyway. All right, Emily, it is amazing to hear exactly what you wrote is exactly pretty much what I wrote. First of all, Emily, I love you, baby. I miss you. All right, so this is the letter I wrote for you. When I found out that Emily had chosen me to be her teacher for this ceremony, I was actually kind of shocked. Like I told her, she could have chosen from countless teachers and coaches that she's had over the years, but yet she chose her Spanish teacher from 3 years ago. Emily came to my class after her original Spanish teacher left at Christmas break, but I didn't actually get her until February. I was only her teacher for about 3 months, which makes this even a greater honor for me. Emily, you were a fantastic student who, despite not really wanting to learn a foreign language, you did have a desire for knowledge and a thirst for success. At first, you seemed timid and shy, but that did not last long at all. I remember on days where I wasn't in front of the class lecturing and that the students were, working on a project or an assignment, you would pull your desk up to mine just so we could chat about the assignment, about softball, about pitching, about your boy drama, and about life. It was always one of the highlights of my day. In fact, I still have your final project from that year, and I use it as an example for other students who have similar projects in Spanish, even though I'm not a Spanish teacher anymore. Since then, Emily, you and I have had many great chats in the hallway, in my classroom, and at the softball field. We have spoken about college, about scholarships, about softball, about injuries, and really just about life in general. Emily, you are an amazing individual, a wonderful student, and soon, as you graduate and move on, I will count you as a dear friend. You're going to do great things, kid. Know that I'll only be a text away, and I'll be cheering you on from afar as you own the field and the circle at Louisiana College. So go get them. Emily, it is a privilege to virtually present you with your gold honor cord. Congrats, Em.
Thank you, Mr. Allred. Our next student will be Miss Morgan Horn, and she'll be presenting Miss Amy Hoff.
All right. Hi. So I wrote a letter to Ms. Hoff. Even though I only had you for 1 year, actually 3/4 of the year, you have been by far one of my most favorite teachers. You're so understanding towards all of your students, and you really try and see everyone's point of view, and you try and make your class as fun and relatable as possible. I know your class has influenced my writing skills for the better, and since I plan on studying communications and journalism in the future, I know I will carry what I learned from you a long ways into the future. I will miss your class a lot and your sense of humor, so thank you so much for teaching me everything that you have.
Thank you, Morgan. It's really good to see your face. Like you said, we've only been together for this year and it seems like it flew by. But I remember when you first walked into my class, you just kind of had this deer in the headlights look, like, oh my gosh, what am I doing in here? What is this class going to be like? And then you kind of hit the ground running and you really took off and you've improved so much. I'm so proud of the progress that you've made. I still have all of your artwork on my board. I never erased that. I went back into my classroom just a couple of days ago and it was still there from before spring break. I don't know if it'll ever come off at this point. Your positive attitude, your smile, you're making fun of poor Kip's fashion. It brought so much joy to that 6th period class. I know that your hard work is going to get you wherever you want to. And just know, Morgan, that I freaked out a little bit because I knew I was presenting for you tonight and I had to look good because you are going to go into fashion later. So I really tried a little bit on the outfit. So hopefully I get some points in that department. It has been a privilege to work with you and it is now my privilege to present you with your gold honor cord.
Thank you, Ms. Hoff. Our next speaker will be Eli Hudson, and he'll be with Ms. Robin Lohner.
Hello. Okay, I think I'm going. I'm in a car right now. I'm at the beach. Just a PSA. So, Ms. Lohner, I would like to thank you for being such an amazing physics teacher, and for always putting up with me, Ashley, and Hunter and Caleb's shenanigans in class. You somehow managed to make the awful class of physics fun and taught us it, because that class was so hard. Oh my gosh. And even when you weren't my teacher, I always spent my first period off blocking your class because I put all my work off to the last minute and had to do it the morning before. I will always cherish the memories I made in your classroom during physics and STEM club. Thank you for being a role model and an inspiration.
Thank you, Eli. That was awesome to see you. I wish my video was working, but I've got a letter that I'd like to read to you. First, I'm honored that you asked me to be here tonight. As you already mentioned, I met you in my AP Physics 1 class last year. One of the first things I noticed about you is that you're the type of student that never panics. I believe this comes from the fact that you were such a fierce competitor on the soccer field as our keeper. But no matter the challenge, experiment, or project, you were there to solve it in a calm, cool, and collected manner, all the while listening to really cool music. As a matter of fact, if I had a quote to give you, it would be, if there's a problem, yo, I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it. You always kept the mood light and interjected humor in my classroom, which I allowed because everyone knows AP Physics can always use more laughter. While you were conducting experiments or working with your peers on projects, you made physics more fun. By doing this, you were able to encourage others to participate and succeed. You also were teaching me better ways to present physics to students. I learned from you not only about the cool factor, but also how to reach others. This year, I've been inspired by seeing you develop into a leader and role model for others during Stream Club events and meetings. You have the ability to bring others together for a common goal. You listen to their ideas and you're able to compromise and make things work. With your easygoing manner and ability to keep cool, you communicate this same calm to others. I have no doubt you will go on to achieve great things and find every success in life. It is my pleasure to present you with this gold cord of honor. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ms. Lohner. Our next student is Bailey Johnson with Miss Michelle Berlin.
Hi, can everyone see me? Okay, I wanted to keep mine short and sweet. Miss Berlin, I am beyond grateful to have met you and have had your guidance for so many years. I cannot thank you enough for how much you have inspired me along the way. From elementary through junior high, you were an amazing teacher and mentor, and I'm so glad that we were able to keep in touch through the years. Thank you for all that you do and for everything that you've done for me.
Thank you, Bailey. When I was asked to do this, for the honor of doing this and coming and talking to you, I immediately started thinking about what all I know about you and what I remember about you. When I hear your name, when anybody's talking about you or you come into the room, I'm immediately reminded of one of the sweetest, brightest, and most caring students that I've ever taught. Your smile always brightened my day. You're always respectful to teachers and other students, even when they're annoying you. You bring a light to every room that you enter. I was not surprised to hear that you were a Santa Fe honor graduate. I was surprised that you chose me as your guest. It is an honor for me to be able to share this moment with you. You were what we call the perfect student for a teacher. You came into the classroom quietly and with a smile and excited to learn. And you left the classroom having learned what I needed you to learn that day. You paid attention and were engaged during the entire class. Even though I taught you music for many years, I will always remember you sitting in front of me playing your clarinet. Because you were right in front of me, you always caught my silly comments and my silly looks. You and I could look at each other and have the same unspoken thought of how things were going in class that day. You were an awesome musician too. I was so sad when you left to go to Santa Fe. I understood why you had to go, but I knew that it would not be the same without you. I could always rely on you. You were my rock. I have to admit that I loved when you did have a day off of school and you would come and visit us. It was awesome to have you back with us even for a day. Little did you or I know that I would start working at Santa Fe your junior year. I could not wait to see you and talk to you. You came to my classroom to see me because you had read the new teachers' names and had recognized mine. It was so good to see and talk to you again. I was able to see firsthand how successful you were at Santa Fe as a student and a travel belle. You became a leader in the bells just as you had been in band. These last 2 years have allowed me to see you finish high school so well. You are still the same wonderful person. I want to remind you that you have finished the good fight, you've finished the race, you've kept up the faith, and may God bless you and keep you as you moved into this next journey. It is my privilege to be able to present Bailey Johnson with her virtual gold honor cord.
Thank you, Ms. Berlin. Our next student is Miss Aubrey Jones with Mr. Cody Allred.
Okay, hello. Am I good? Can y'all hear me? Okay. I chose Mr. Cody Allred for my teacher because since my sophomore year, he has been my rock and my backbone. He has given me support, given me love, been my safety blanket, motivated me, and pushed me to be my best through every situation, no matter what, even when I did not want to be pushed. I do not have the words to describe my gratefulness to him, but I do need to say that I would not be anywhere near where I am today without him. And yet I have never actually been in one of his real classes. I would also like to give a special shout out to Ms. Norton, Ms. Hoff, Mr. Harms, and Mr. Rose because the same goes for them. Thank you all for inspiring me every single day and know that you will continue to do so for a very long time. So much so that I wish so badly that I could put you all in my pocket and take you with me to college. Know that you all have impacted my life prominently and in a lot more ways than simply teaching a subject. I love you guys with all my heart and wish you all the best.
All right, let's see if the video works this time. I'm not sure. I'm assuming y'all can hear me though, correct? Okay. All right, thank you, Ms. Giordano. Aubrey. Yeah, first of all, thank you, sweetie. As I thought about what I'd say at this time to you for this banquet, I thought, what can I possibly say to this little firecracker that I haven't already told her? But I did come up with a few little things. Aubrey, you and I have had countless conversations about pretty much everything. I've never actually been your teacher, like you said. I was just lucky enough to have you wander into my class with Gracie about 3 years ago. The first conversation we had was about your aspirations to go to college and how you wanted to be an elite athlete at the next level, but how you thought you just couldn't do it because you weren't good enough. I remember that conversation very vividly, as if it just happened yesterday. I could see then that you were something special. From that moment on, every time you had a college question, you needed some help, needed a hug or a high five or just a little pick-me-up, you'd wander into my classroom. We've been able to sit at lunch and discuss life and its many different possibilities. Sweetie, your dedication to your academics and to your out-of-this-world athletic talent and skill as a cheerleader have allowed you to achieve those dreams that you didn't think were possible. Look at you now, Ob. You'll be a student at UMHB and a member of their acrobatics and tumbling team. That is an elite program, and I'm so incredibly proud of you. Aubrey, I'll finish up by reading a portion of the letter I gave to you after you participated in the little welcoming crew after everything that happened on May 18th, when he gave me this little sunflower that, yes, I still have. I wrote in that letter then, I recognize, Aubrey, that you have been through a lot and that you have had many struggles, both personal and academic. It takes a strong person to work through such difficult challenges and to lift themselves up and keep moving forward. Aubrey, you work hard, you are determined, you don't give up, and you overcome. That strength of character and sense of self-worth will take you far. Don't give up. Don't listen to any negativity. You've got this. I believe in you. Aubrey, know that I still want to have that conversation on how exactly you were able to overcome such a profound struggle in life. Also, know that you are very loved, and I'll always be just a text away and one of your biggest cheerleaders. Now, little one, go get them. It is my privilege and profound honor to virtually present you with your gold honor cord.
Thank you, Mr. Allred. Our next student is Dylan Kleinhans and his teacher, Thomas Bennett.
Are we good? Yes, sir. Mr. Bennett, your class has been one of my favorites throughout high school. I was a part of Mr. Bennett's entrepreneurship class in my junior year, which was one of the most difficult years of high school that we all experienced. This year was his first year of being a teacher, and it showed that he did not totally understand how to keep our class entertained and focused in the beginning of the year. This all changed when you were able to notice that you could keep our class fun and light while still being able to teach the basics of business and how to run one. Mr. Bennett was always kept our class informed on what was going on in school, whether it was that we had late start that week or pep rally coming up. He was able to make a connection with me and the rest of our class by being understanding and helpful when other things were going on in our life or if we were having trouble with school, and would be able to push back his due dates or offer us an opportunity to talk it out with him after class. Mr. Bennett kept up with me even after I was no longer in his class, and always offered a seat in his class if I was struggling and needed some extra time to finish work. And this concern for how I was doing and offering a hand is why he was able to be such an influential teacher to me. Thank you, Mr. Bennett.
All right, well, Mr. Kleinhans, you have managed to basically invalidate my entire speech, but you're going to have to listen to it anyway. Thank you. So now more than ever, Mr. Applies, you are about to graduate. Are you sure you want to do this? Are you really sure you want to do this? Remember what I said last year. The moment you go across that stage and you receive that well-earned diploma, everything's going to change. Soon, if you're not already, you will be working to pay my retirement. Thank you. Seriously, get a job. Start contributing to our retirement. As you stated earlier, and it sounds like you do remember, but you probably remember being tortured in my 7th period entrepreneurship class during the 2018-2019 school year. But what you probably do not remember is one of the biggest lessons you taught me my first year of teaching. It was the very beginning of the school year. I'm literally reading PowerPoints on a slide while I'm walking around the class monitoring. messing with my wireless keyboard and doing my best not to trip over anything. While walking by, I notice that you've completed all of the work and you're working on the next assignment. I can't remember if I said anything or not. I feel like I probably did. But basically from that day forward, I figured out that you and the rest of my classes, y'all don't need to have PowerPoints read to you. I'm still learning what students need from me. And now that I'm on my second year of teaching, I know it's crazy, they actually invited me back. But you know, what I've learned so far is that needs change from year to year, class to class, student to student, or person to person. So thank you for teaching me to teach differently, to let the students guide my facilitating, being flexible, and to stick with my gut. Your silent guidance is one of the many reasons I received the new Teacher of the Year award last year. Keep your sense of humor and positive outlook on life. You will need it when you get out of high school and on your own. Keep working, keep that work ethic. Do not stop learning and never get complacent with your situation. Never doubt or be afraid of what you can or cannot do. That generates the complacency, and that is a slow death. Thank you for selecting me as your undergraduate guest, and it is my privilege to be able to present to you Mr. Bill and Kleinhands with your Gold Honor Cord. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett. Our next student is Preston Logan, presenting Mr. Aaron Hughes.
Not sure y'all can see me. I've picked Coach Hughes because he filled a role in my life that I didn't know needed to be filled. He came in at the very beginning of my senior year and helped me more times than I could count. I couldn't ask for a better coach to come in my senior year. There's not enough thanks I could give him. Like, out of like everything he's done for me, I couldn't thank him enough. Whether it was on or off the field, he helped guide me and shape me into the young man I desire to be. And I couldn't have asked for a better person to fill that coaching spot for me.
Is it my turn now? All right. Sorry, that one kind of hit me a little harder than I thought it would. Had to write all my thoughts down so that way I could make sure I said everything. Dear Preston, it was truly my honor to be able to coach you this past season. Although our season didn't really go as we had planned, you know, we were still able to have successes, you know, within our position group, as you know, defined by our moments against Nederland, Brazerswood, Dayton, and a couple others. Preston, you were the ideal football player. You were good on the field and in the classroom, which is truly a marvel, especially in this day and age. You know, kids are starting to get more and more away from the classroom side and want to be more focused on the field. You were not one of those people. You were physical, smart, mean, and the perfect player for me. You were the senior leader that I needed, especially coming in and replacing a coach as beloved as Coach Golightly was. You took everything in stride. You took coaching well, and you were honestly like another coach on the field for me. Could come talk to me about anything, could come ask questions. It was truly, as I said, truly an honor to coach you. I'm very proud of not only your growth as an athlete, but as a person. You know, my biggest goal as a coach is to see you become, as I said, not just a better athlete, but a great human being. An ideal husband, father, just a good man. And I believe you have become that. I wish you the best of luck at Albright. You worked hard, you earned it. If you ever need anything from me in the future, brother, please don't hesitate to ask. I love you with all my heart, son. And now it is my privilege and esteemed honor to be able to present Preston Logan with his gold honor cord. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach Hughes. Our next student is Ms. Presley Loomis, and she's going to be presenting Dolly Petrosky.
Can y'all see me? Yeah. Can you see me? Hear me? Okay. Hi, Miss P. I miss doing that. As I get ready to close one chapter of my life to begin a new one, I realize there's one person who prepared me for this transition, and that was you. Miss P, first I would like to thank you It is your kind heart, welcoming smile, and your ability to bring light in the darkest situations. You taught me that it's okay to love who you are, cry a little sometimes, and look for the smallest amount of hope in a world where there feels like none. Through the ugly tears and my fear of making it this far, you believed in me all the way through. I sure will miss our hellos every day in the hall. It was made that I will cherish forever. So thank you, Miss P, for all you have done. I am forever grateful for the bond we have and for everything that you have offered me.
Hi, Presley. Before you turn off, you did freeze in there for a minute.
Oh, really?
It's okay. I can tell you where it picked up. It may not have missed much, but it said it was your kind heart, where that's where it started. And so I don't know if there was a lot that we missed or if you want to just read that part for us.
There's quite a bit, but I'll say it again.
Okay, but you don't have to go past that. And so.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Am I good? Take two. The reason I chose you to be my honor graduate teacher, it was your kind heart, your welcoming smile, and your ability to bring light in the darkest situations. You taught me that it's okay to love who you are, cry a little sometimes, and look for the smallest amount of hope in a world where there feels like none. Through the ugly tears and my fear of making it this far, you believed in me all the way through. I sure will miss our hellos every day in the halls. A friendship was made that I will cherish forever. So thank you, Miss P, for all you have done. I am forever grateful for the bond we have.
Presley! That's how we always talk to each other in the hallway. I miss you so much. First, let me start by saying I'm very honored to be chosen as your honor grad teacher. I'm very thankful for the laughs we shared, as well as the times when we both needed a hug or two. You're always one of those students who could tell when I wasn't having my best day and always gave me encouragement and positive remarks all the time. I know this year and your senior and your high school career has had its struggles. You came through it stronger and smarter in the end. You are an incredible person and have the brightest future ahead of you. You have the motivation and determination to be successful and the patience to navigate that journey. I will miss you so much next year. Remember to keep your chin up and stay positive. If you come to visit me, make sure you bring me and Miss H some popcorn. You can accomplish anything you set your mind to. I'm always here for you anytime you need encouragement or a friend to talk to. Thank you for always being your honest and true self. Good luck at Alvin and your journey on becoming a pediatric nurse practitioner. I know you can do it. I look forward to seeing you succeed and having a great friendship between you and I. I wish you all the best in this next chapter of your life. It is my privilege to be able to present Presley with her gold honor cord.
Thank you, Ms. Petrosky. Our next student will be Miss Sydney Martin, presenting Miss Mimi Norton.
Sydney, hold on just a second. Technology is going to need to step in. We're not able to hear you. We can see you, but we can't hear you yet. Okay.
We're not getting anything on this end.
Okay, Sydney, I guess we're not able to hear you. Can you try one more time?
She can call back in and I'll drag her back in.
Okay, did you hear that, Sydney? Okay, so we're gonna go on and then we'll get you, we'll come back to Sydney. Thank you.
Okay. Our next student will be Miss Haley Melanson. She'll be introducing Miss Catherine Abear.
I don't know how to do this. Oh, I think I got it. Oh, okay. I got it. I got two. Okay. Hello, Miss Aber and everybody else. Okay, so during these 13 years of school, I have not had a teacher as supportive and inspiring as you. I am beyond grateful to have been able to finish school with you by my side. Not only did you teach me pre-cal, you taught me some of the most valuable life lessons. You've always made sure I was okay, and when I wasn't, you've always gave me a shoulder to cry on, even when I wasn't technically your student. I will forever cherish the laughs and memories we have, especially the ones where we were jokingly rude to each other. You've changed my life for the better. Thank you for everything, but mostly for being one of the best influences I've ever had.
Okay, I'm good. I don't know if y'all can see me. Can you see me too? Yeah, I can't see me either. That's all right. So I'll just talk. Hey, Haley. Thank you so much for inviting me. It means a lot. My first memory of you was how angry you got whenever you thought I skipped you in line of people to get help. And you were so angry and you let me know. And you know, I really appreciate that. And somehow we grew this bond out of that. And you're right, the sarcastic part was the most fun, but I've seen you grow into a beautiful, confident, loyal young woman. And even though I'll miss you coming into my class at the worst possible times, and I'll miss all the little notes you would leave on my board in my desk, I just can't wait to see what you go on and do. Because now is the time that you get to start over and make yourself, and you're so amazing. Just keep those good qualities about you. And congratulations, girl, you made it.
Thank you, Miss Abear. Our next presenter will be Sarah Nelson and Amy Hoff.
It failed to start video. Can you hear me? Okay. Sorry. All right, Miss Hoff, I am so thankful for all the encouragement you've given me. I know I'm going to leave this school excited and ready to take on the world because of you and all the teachers who've inspired me. Thank you for fueling my excitement to write and for giving me even more than encouragement. You've also given me practical world insights and important things to remember. And you've helped me a lot with the process of applying for college. The future has given me a lot of worry and uncertainty, but I'm so grateful that I could always count on you to help me with it. I'll never forget English class and all the good memories, all of Ms. Hoff's sarcastic comments, the quote wall, and all the great people. Thank you for facilitating that, and thank you for encouraging me and teaching me. I appreciate you.
Oh, Sarah, one of my quietest students, but one of my unfortunately quietest students in my rowdiest classes every single year. That's what happened to you. But despite that, you still managed to find your place to come out of your shell. And you made some wonderful movies from the class that I'm sure will be shown from years to come. But one of the things that I think of when I think of you, Sarah, is compassion. You are such a selfless and compassionate person with such a great care for others. And you have just a fantastic way of viewing the world. And I mean, you said that I helped you out with that. I just wanted to be a part of that, really, because you have such a great way to tell a story. You're such a beautiful writer. I'm really, really proud of the fact that you are going to Baylor and going to major in English as of right now. But I hope that you keep telling stories. I hope that you keep giving to others. I hope that you keep knowing that what you're doing, people are paying attention to you, people are listening to you, and people will always continue to listen to those stories that you have to tell. It is my privilege to present you with your honor cord tonight.
Thank you, Ms. Hoff. Our next student is Cameron Redwine, and again, Miss Amy Hoff.
I figured it out. I was supposed to do stop video or start video and start sound all at the same time. Okay, now I know. All right. Yeah, y'all can hear me, right? I can kind of tell by this mouse. Okay, cool. So sorry, Ms. Hoff, for being like the 7th person to pick you in this whole thing, but I do have to say I have a legitimate reason for it. Ms. Hoff, first off, I just want to say that I'm thankful that I got to have you as my teacher. And I'm glad I was able to, along with my class, experience the joys of your refined teaching style. And even though we couldn't get our final lessons of the year, I can say after some time of reflection over my entire high school career that you are the teacher that has influenced me the most. There are many reasons for this. Your amazing forgiving nature when it comes to my mistakes and my own misbehavior, to your willingness to help out a student in need whenever they are in a rough spot. I know that wholeheartedly you are the first name that comes into my mind when I think of an experienced teacher. I think my favorite aspect of your teaching that made me respect you the most was your ability to deal out constructive criticism and speak your mind without worry or hesitation, making it easy to get your honest opinion on something. You have given all of your students your time and effort every day to make sure they leave your class knowing so much more than we would have believed, regardless of our grades. I'll always remember your class fondly, and you have helped me learn from an early stage to hate research papers, but to always remember not to procrastinate on them. Thank you for being the stepping stone in my life, and thank you for dealing with all of my M&M stealing and having me leave all the time for theater. And you're welcome for being the last red wine you'll ever have to teach. Again, thank you for all your hard work, and you have helped me understand maturity and how to deepen my literature chops. Stay just the way you are.
It's funny because I also have the M&M machine and the fact that you're the last red one in my remarks as well, Cameron. Let's be honest, like you weren't always paying attention in class, but you were the best at volunteering to read for parts, and I really appreciate that. We know that you were a fan of the M&M machine. That's okay though, because that's what it was there for. It was there to help us bond together as a class. One of the things that I will tell you going forward that is one of my fondest memories of you is acting out in the importance of being earnest this year. That was just 6th period really made that a joy. You have a gift of storytelling, Cameron. You have a gift every time I would come to see a performance. When you're on stage, when you're in character, you are a different person, and it's really amazing to see that transformation. keep using that gift, keep refining that gift, and keep telling the stories that are out there. I said it with Sarah and for her writing, but I'll say it with you and your acting, is that you'll always have people who are willing to listen. And I hope that you find so much success in the theater in your future.
Thank you, Ms. Hoff. Our next student will be Mr. Rome Schubert with Mr. Joey Cheatham.
There, I think y'all can hear me now. All right. All right, Coach Cheatham. Over the last 4 years, no coach or teacher has been in touch with me and supported me the way that you do. It's going to be hard to wrap everything up that you've done for me into a short paragraph, but I'm going to try my best. Even though I never got to play for you, over the 4 years that I've played baseball at Santa Fe, it's without a doubt that you've been the most influential coach or teacher that I've had all these years. From calling me down because I had a bad at bat or a bad inning to teaching me how to handle life as I grow up. You have been there through all of it, and it has helped shape me into not only the player I am today, but the person I am today. I will forever be grateful for that. If I ever need anything, I know I can go to your room, give you a phone call, or shoot you a text, and you will be there to help me with whatever is going on. I want to thank you for helping me succeed on and off the field, and that is something I will take to college with me and use for the years to come. Not only that, but also for teaching me that there is a lot more in life than just baseball, and for helping me mature with everything outside of baseball. I don't know what high school or even life would be like if I didn't have such an influential person in my life like you have been to me. But I will carry the things that you have taught me for the rest of my life. I know I already sort of said it, but again, thank you, Coach Cheatham, for everything you have done for me, and I'll be forever grateful to have a guy like you in my life.
Thank you, Rome. Can you hear me? Thank you. It's an honor to be here tonight to participate in the honor graduate ceremony for 2020. Thank you for inviting me and recognizing me as an important role model in your life. I had to think long and hard about what to write to you. You're such a special young man, and it's impossible to recognize all the accomplishments that you've earned in a short amount of time. I want you to know that I'm grateful for the memories that we've had and the impact that you've shared on my life as well. To me, you exemplify true leadership skills and a maturity that far exceeds what would be anticipated for a young man graduating high school. You always rise to the occasion, and you strive for what is best for all, even if it means sacrificing personal goals. You focus always on what's best for others, and you live a selfless life, and because so, you bless all those who know you. Moving into the next chapter of your life, I think the best advice I could possibly give you is to simply just say, remain true to what God has called you to be. Remain humble, remain kind, continue to walk in grace, and always put God first. It's been a joy to coach you these past 4 years, and I'm looking forward to watching the next chapter of your life unfold. I have no doubt that you will attain all goals that you set for yourself. I have appreciated the example that you've set for your teammates, and I've admired your tremendous work ethic, and I have no doubt that God has great plans for your future. It's my prayer that you remain divinely blessed so that you can use your abilities to reach others. Your influence is greater than you know, kiddo, and it's my privilege to be able to present Rome Schubert with your gold honor cord.
Thank you, Mr. Cheatham, Coach Cheatham. So our next two students, unfortunately, we just found out that their teacher that they chose had an emergency and was unable to join us tonight. So the first student to speak will be Madison McKenney and then Laura Rogers.
Can everyone hear me? Yes, okay. Mr. Vaughn made high school fun, especially when AP classes would be boring. He had a way of teaching that made you want to learn. He was there for his students when they needed him and always made people laugh. My favorite memories of Mr. Vaughn were his stories from the military or funny stories about his past. He didn't teach for a test, he taught for us to actually learn. That's one of my favorite things about him. He genuinely cared about our education. He's the reason I am graduated from comm with my associate's degree. I asked a few teachers about the collegiate program, and they told me that to not go or that I would be back at the high school. But he gave me the confidence to apply, and I was accepted, and he's the reason I have my associates. When I look back at my high school experience, they will not all be fond memories, but freshman and sophomore year will always have a place in my heart. Thank you, Mr. Vaughn, for being you.
Thank you so much, Madison. Our next student will be Miss Laura Rogers.
Y'all hear me? All right. There is no other teacher that I've connected with as much as Mr. Vaughn. I really appreciate how he's been there all 4 years of my high school. Sorry, my audio must have cut out. I really appreciate how he's been there all 4 years of my high school, from his 7th period AP Human Geography class freshman year, all the way up to those fun chess club parties senior year. I always felt like I could come by his room anytime and talk to him about anything, and he was always an open ear. He's really helped me go throughout high school, and I have so many good memories that I'll cherish forever, like how him and Mr. Harms would pull pranks on each other and lighten up all of our days. He's one of those unique teachers that genuinely cares about their students and listens to them when they speak, and I'm so grateful for him and all he's done for me. Thank you so much, Mr. Vaughn, for all of your support.
Thank you, Laura. Our next student will be Miss Skylar Skillman, and she'll be presenting Miss Amy Hoff.
All right. Am I good? Can y'all hear me? All righty. Hello, everyone. Miss Hoff, having you as an English teacher and an NHS advisor for the past 3 years has inspired me in ways that words alone cannot describe. You're an exceptional teacher, always finding fun ways to learn, along with having the best sarcasm to lighten any mood. What really stands out to me, though, is the way you care for your students. Anytime I was in distress or needed help, you were always there for me. Even outside of school, you showed the same compassion, whether I was struggling with work during musical or being sick in Spain. I'm going to miss having your class when I graduate, but I hope we can still stay in touch. Thank you for all that you've done for me, for you have shaped me into the person I am today. Hopefully one day I'll be as good as a teacher as you. So thank you.
Skylar, I think that you will be the most amazing teacher out there. When I heard that you were going to go to Baylor and going to major in education and going to teach choir, it came as no surprise to me because you are such a thoughtful and kind person. You lent me your charger, I don't know how many times on that trip to Europe because I did not bring a portable charger. Don't know what I was thinking. And we all really took care of each other on that trip, and I really appreciated having your seat with Sydney right behind me for most of the trip. I've enjoyed the last few years watching you come out of your shell. You were one of the quietest students in my class, and then suddenly senior year, you were the lead in the musical, and to me, that was just a phenomenal transformation. again, your compassion for others, your gift in music, that's going to make you such an amazing educator down the road. I want you to remember to be confident in yourself above all things. I think you've gained a lot of confidence, but don't be afraid to stick up for yourself, to stick up for others, and to be that person that deep down I know that you are. You're going to do great things. Can't wait to see what lies ahead for you in your future. And I'm so happy to be able to present you with your honor cord tonight.
Thank you, Ms. Hoff. Our next student is Miss Cameron Smith, and she'll be presenting Miss Olivia Hinojosa.
Hey, hey, Miss Hinojosa, I just want to start by saying thank you. Thank you for not only teaching me and preparing me for my future as a nurse, but for being a teacher I know I could come to for anything. Although it is only your first year as a teacher and my first year knowing you, I feel like I've been in your class forever. With it being your first year, you did an amazing job at making your students enjoy learning and doing anything in your ability to make sure we were taken care of. I'm gonna miss your class so much, and I hate to leave high school with an ending nobody was prepared for, but the memories in your class will forever have a place in my heart, and the inspiration you are will only keep me motivated to finish college and be the best pediatric nurse practitioner I can be. Thank you.
Okay, is it working? I think so. Perfect. Cameron, I miss you so much.
Olivia, your audio is gone out. Just a second.
Is it working now? Okay, sorry. I'm honored you have chosen me to join you tonight as your guest. I am grateful for the relationship we have built and all the laughs and joy you have brought to my class. At the beginning of the school year, as my first year of teaching, I questioned if I should have left working in the hospital full-time to teach. And each day that you walked into my classroom, you made me smile and laugh and remind me that I had made the right decision in leaving bedside nursing to become a health science teacher and inspire great young students like yourself to advance in the healthcare field. You are an incredible young lady and an excellent student. I am so proud of you and your accomplishments. HOSA officer, CNA certification, and OSHA certification, just to name a few, and this is in my class alone. You will continue to accomplish great things and become a very caring and compassionate nurse practitioner. I look forward to continuing to support you as you excel in both your academic and nursing career. I'm always a phone call away if you never ever need anything. I wish you nothing but the best in all of your future endeavors, and I'm so thankful to have met you in my first year of teaching. Dream big, your adventure awaits you. It is my privilege to be able to present Cameron Smith with her gold honor cord. I love you.
Thanks, Miss Hinojosa. Our next student is Miss Erin Smith, and she'll be presenting Miss Mimi Norton.
Okay, hi. Miss Norton, in the 2 years I was in your class, I had grown accustomed to your class becoming my favorite of the day. The environment of learning in your classroom was always welcoming, and not once did I dread coming to your class, and even on days we had tests. Math was never my strong suit, but I was able to understand and grasp concepts fully and what we were learning. I knew the material inside out because you took the time to carefully construct easy to follow notes and always made sure the class was never behind. You explained topics in a variety of ways to help all of you students understand. Your notes have become infamous around the school, and it was a huge compliment to receive when someone told another teacher they had Miss Norton-like notes. I always managed to keep a high grade in math courses, but in your class, I was confident in my ability and grew immensely as a student. Along with academics, you also made it a priority to connect with your students personally. You took time to get to know all of us and cared about every single one of your students. I remember the first day I had you as a teacher and we played games to get to know each other. However, your efforts went beyond the icebreakers and you continued to listen to your students. The small greetings we shared when I crutched into your room on my broken ankle is just a small example of the efforts you made. But no matter how small the gesture was, it brightened my day and made crutches a little less miserable. I was sad to hear that you moved schools, but I was excited for you and your journey at Brazosport, and I hope that everything goes well and that a change in scenery was just what you needed. Thank you, Miss Norton, for everything you did. You were by far the most inspiration
inspirational teacher I ever had. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for Erin. That meant so much. Erin never really talked much in my class, so I never even knew she had feelings like that for me. So I really appreciate that. Erin, thank you again so much for asking me to be your 2020 honor teacher. It's a very special privilege to be asked to do this, especially since I am no longer at Santa Fe High School. I'm sorry that y'all are having a messed up year, but I know with everything you've been through the last few years, this will only make you stronger. Erin, I loved having you in my classes, both of them, especially AP Stats. I know sometimes you got very frustrated with the concepts that we were learning because they weren't very mathy, but you were very quiet. You kept trying your hardest. You were so smart and hardworking. And the one thing I loved most about you is you always had a smile, no matter what, even when I could tell you were frustrated. I saw you on TV the other night with Deshaun Watson receiving your scholarship, and I was so proud of you. And then we had a few friends over, and I said, "That's my student." And I was so excited that I got to see your face. So I'm very proud of you. I know you're going to do great things in your future, and I hope that we'll stay in touch so I can see all your future successes. Thank you again for your very sweet words. It meant so much to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Norton. Our next student is Bailey Subnosky, and she'll be with Miss Amy Hoff.
Hey, can y'all hear me? Sorry, I have a bit of stage fright. The teacher I've chosen to honor tonight is my AP English teacher, Ms. Hoff. Over my 12 years of public education, I would say that Ms. Hoff is the person who has affected me the most. I don't think there are enough words to describe the impact you've left on my graduating class. You didn't treat us as children, but as the budding adults we were becoming. It made us feel like we could accomplish anything we put our minds to. And I know educating us was not an easy task through the shenanigans and the entire wall full of dumb quotes that we AP kids said. I was privileged to have the experience of being an officer in NHS with you, and it was there that I learned what a true mentor was. You showed us that a quiet and assertive leader could cut through the loud people and made our opinions feel valid and wanted. You were someone who we could laugh with or someone we could voice our frustrations and sadness to. You have taught me that the best version of a person I can be is myself. I am the woman I am today because of you. You are a special type of educator that a student may have only once in life. And I want you to know, if you're ever unsure of the impact that you have left on the students of this graduating class, I want you to look back at every graduation memory, every invitation, every picture you've had over the last 11 years of teaching, and realize that every single one of those students you have changed for the better, including myself. I will be forever grateful of the 3 years I've had with you. And so if you're ever passing through Austin, don't be afraid to stop in and say hi. I'd love to catch up.
Ooh, all right. Oh, that hit me hard, Bailey. Good job. There's so many memories we had together, like you said. You started off in that crazy fourth period sophomore year. I don't know how we made it through that class together. You got sick in Europe and we really didn't believe you initially. We thought you just had motion sickness, and then turns out you were actually sick. Sorry about that. And then you landed as president, and I know that this year didn't turn out the way you wanted, but just know with the officers that we've chosen for next year and all the work you've done, that you've laid the groundwork for change. One of the biggest things I want you to take away from this year is that even if things don't turn out the way you want them to, you can make small changes. And that's what you guys have done. You've laid the groundwork for change. It doesn't happen overnight, but you will have left Santa Fe a better place. One of my best memories was you came in a lot during first period because you had first period off and I had first period off. And I know that there were a lot of ups and downs this year, but when you got accepted to UT, which was your dream school, even though my husband works for A&M, so I guess I lean more that way. Sorry, those of you who are Longhorns, but I was so incredibly proud of you. I know there were so many times when you wanted to give up in that battle, but you did it. And once again, it's just one of those moments where you can do whatever you put your mind to. It will take hard work. It will take a long time, but you can do it. I'm so very proud of you. It's been a pleasure teaching you these past few years, and I'm so glad to be able to virtually give you your honor cord tonight.
Thank you, Ms. Hoffman. Hook 'em, Bailey. Our next student, we definitely want to hear from, and we had some technical difficulties with her earlier, but Ms. Sydney Martin.
Can y'all hear me? Can you see me? Yes? Okay. I chose Miss Mimi Norton because while there have been many teachers like Miss Hoff, obviously, Loner, Aber, and Rose, whose guidance I've appreciated throughout the years, you were able to help me decide what I wanted to do with my future, whether you knew it or not. I had you as my teacher for 2 years for Algebra 2 and Statistics, and as of right now, I'm planning to major in mathematics with a minor in statistical analysis, so you could say you had a large influence on what I want to do. I've really missed your presence at the school this last year. However, I will forever be thankful for you being a loving and kind mentor to me. Thank you.
Oh, Sydney, I wish I could see your little face. Thank you so much for that. I cannot believe that you're going to go into math and statistical analysis. That is just awesome, awesome, awesome. But thank you again so much for asking me to be your 2020 honor teacher, especially since I am not a teacher at Santa Fe anymore. It means even more that you would think of me and that I did impact your life like that. That means a lot. I did have the special honor to have you 2 years in a row in Algebra 2 and AP Statistics. You were the best student. I would have given anything to have had a classroom full of Sydneys. But I will never forget how happy you would be when notes would be over. You would be like so happy, and especially if we had a few minutes left so that all y'all could sit around and talk and we would chit chat. I just expected you, because you're such a good student, to want to keep learning. So it always surprised me. It always made my heart happy to see you in class. Somehow it gave me peace, especially the last year that we were together after everything we'd been through. Because you always had such a sweet smile and it meant so much to me. So I hope you keep in touch, especially so I can see what you do in your future with all your math knowledge. And I look forward to seeing the amazing things that your future holds. So thank you again, Sydney. I forgot to say this for Aaron, so I apologize. It's a privilege to be able to present you, Sydney Martin, with your gold honor cord. And thank you all again, counselors and APs, for doing this. It was so nice to get to see everybody's face again. So I just want to say thank you.
It was nice to see you too, Mimi. We miss you. Our next student is Joshua Stevens, and he's going to be presenting Mr. Ken Haynes.
So I actually chose a teacher that I've never actually had the privilege of calling my own teacher, but has remained a valuable mentor to me in my life, and that is Mr. Haynes, who teaches over now. I never had the privilege of him being my teacher, but I have had the privilege of playing alongside with him. He's been my accompanist for about 6 years for band, and throughout that time, we've developed a really strong bond, and he has become a close mentor to me. He has guided me through my journey musically, but he's also guided me spiritually, helping me keep on that path that I need to keep on. If there's one thing I've taken from Mr. Haynes and gathered and just left an impression on, it's his drive. From him and even his entire family, just sitting back and watching the passion and the charisma and the selflessness that they have is just truly extraordinary to watch. And if there's one thing that's left an impression, it's that. They've showed me so much, they've showed me so many things that I just can't repay, that I wish I could repay these selfless actions that they've provided me with. They've taken me to many concerts. They've taken me to Team EA, a giant music conference where I got to learn all about the musical world. But they've also taught me how to grow as a musician. He's taught me all about the work ethic I need and the practice skills I need to develop. And if I didn't have the repertoire I needed to practice, I know probably next week he'll provide me with something that I can use to practice for the next month. It's truly an extraordinary thing. He's guided me all through this journey, and I just can't express the gratitude I have for him. And as I take my next steps of graduating, going to college, and starting my own journey, I know that I can look back and take upon all the things he's given me, and I can just apply that to my life. And if I'm struggling, I know I can give them a call, and he'll provide me the guidance I need. And he's just set a perfect example of what a teacher should be. And yeah, that's my thing.
I guess it's my turn. Thank you, Joshua, for those kind words. And it's certainly an honor to write a note of encouragement to you. As he said, my name is Ken Haynes, and I'm the music teacher at Walt Disney Elementary School in Alvin. And as I tease kids who don't know that there's a Walt Disney School in Alvin, well, I flight just arrived back in Texas from Disney World where I have to teach school all day. And so Joshua, he first came to me as a 7th grader who learned a trumpet solo and was ready to play with his accompanist. In my role as accompanist, preparing students to do their best by playing the right notes at the right time is mostly what happens with 7th graders. Joshua, to my surprise, came not only knowing all the notes and rhythms, but a fair sense of how to play his piece musically. You see, musicians generally have something to say, not with words, but with music. When Joshua came in during his 8th grade year, one could see the growth and maturity that was in Joshua, not only in his playing, but in his person as well. As band director for our church, Arcadia First Baptist Church, Joshua has been asked to play numerous times during his high school career. Each time he accepted this responsibility with grace and maturity. During your high school years, Joshua, it's been fun to see you grow and mature into a fine young man. You have a good work ethic and you have a real caring for your fellow companions. During Hurricane Harvey, you spent tireless hours working on houses that just were destroyed, and we thank you for that. Each time you've accepted that responsibility again with grace and maturity. Now, as Joshua you finish your high school career, I'm excited to share that he's going to be a band director. No doubt you will be a fine band director. It is my privilege to be able to present Joshua Stevens with your gold honor cord.
Thank you, Mr. Haynes. Our next student will be Mr. Ashton Wardrop, and he'll be with Miss Kayleen Gates.
First of all, I want to start off thanking everybody for putting this on. This has been an honor, and I have enjoyed it very well. Also want to give a shout out to the best throwing coach out there, Mr. Aaron Hughes. However, I did pick Miss Gates as my teacher. I want to thank Miss Gates for everything she has done for me in this entire school. I have known Miss Gates for 6 years now because I would always be at the school with my mom while she still worked at the high school. I would just like to thank you for always being there and helping me in any way possible. Also, thank you for letting me be your testing materials coordinator. Being the testing materials coordinator, I was able to come to the office and help out Ms. Gates with some of her testing work, putting all the tests together. It was mainly just sharpening pencils and setting up the material bags for all the teachers. It was not hard work, but it gave me something to do throughout the day. I would also like to thank Ms. Gates for giving me a reason to show up to school because she always had something for me to do. Without her, my attendance would have not been anywhere as good as it was. I would also like to congratulate Ms. Gates on being the support staff of the year. You truly do deserve it. Lastly, I'm glad for not having to take the Office 8 final exam. There's no telling how hard that would have been.
Can y'all hear me now?
Can y'all hear me now? Okay, you can hear me? Okay. Okay. I'm just honored that Ashton, you asked me to be your, for choosing me to speak on behalf of you. Yes, I have known you for about 6 years, and I am very honored for that. And yes, you were office aide and my testing materials coordinator. You were always willing to help me in the office, and I'm very grateful for that. And that made me have the great opportunity to know you more than you over there with your mom as a younger fella. I know you'll be successful in the bowling team in college and will excel academically. And now that's the privilege able to present you with your gold honor cords.
Thank you, Ms. Gates. Our next student was having some technical difficulties, but she has sent her letter to one of our counselors, Mrs. Weldon. So Mrs. Weldon will be reading that for her.
Hi, Ms. Orlano. I actually just have a text. She's on with tech support right now. So if we can maybe give her just a few minutes and hopefully she's able to get logged in.
Okay, we'll go to the next student, Miss Harley Watley, and she will be with Mr. Stewart Dunn.
Okay, can you hear me? Okay, so I started trying to write this and I kind of didn't know what to say because you've been there for me the whole time. So I'm going to start by saying thank you for guiding me in the right direction over the years. I'm so lucky to have had you not only in the classroom, but also in the barn. You always knew when to push me a little harder, reassure me it would all work out, or motivate me to give a little more. You have witnessed some of my greatest, most memorable moments along with the rough, disappointing moments, both in and out of the ring. I hope that one day I give someone the knowledge, support, and mentality you have given to me. You have done nothing but great things with our chapter. This chapter has some of the hardest working, most competitive, and motivated showmen I know. And that all started with you. Thank you for assisting us in raising champions each day. Luke, I know you're sitting there and you told me if I didn't say something about you, you were going to be mad. So just know you matter too. Don't worry, I'm still going to be around the barn.
Hey, can you hear me? Hey, Harley. First, I'd just like to say how proud I am of you. You're one of the most genuine, hardworking, and competitive kids I've ever had. You not only set goals, but you're willing to put in the work to achieve those goals. It's been a privilege having you, like not only in the classroom, but in the barn the last few years. You know, I always cherish the countless memories we've had in the barn, conventions, and livestock shows. I know you're going to have a bright future with going in the medical field, and with your hard work and determination and willing to take care of people and your unselfishness, you're going to be great at it. I wish you the best, and remember that I'm always here for you in the future, and it'll be a privilege and to give you your gold honor cord.
Thank you, Mr. Dunn. Our next student is Erin Warner. Was she able to get in?
No, I don't see her on there, so I'll go ahead and read the letter. Okay, Mrs. Edge, there's so much I could say about how much you've inspired me throughout these past 6 years. And even more I could say about how much you've taught me during that time as well. I could talk about how you've single-handedly saved me on numerous occasions when it came to last-minute paper checks or projects, and so many stories I could recount. However, after giving it a lot of thought, I decided I wanted to truly focus on thanking you for being you. Throughout the years I've known you, you've showed me nothing but kindness and care. You've been there with me through some of the hardest days I've ever had, offering nothing but the greatest amount of support and love. and you've been there with me through some of the greatest days, celebrating my accomplishments with me while also encouraging me to pursue even greater goals. I have been blessed beyond belief to have you in my life as both a mentor and friend. You've always done above what is asked of you as a teacher, and you've always had nothing but the greatest intentions for all of your students. I couldn't be more thankful for all you have done. From the friendship you have given me to the way you and Justin have opened your home to me, I know without a doubt that my future goals are always obtainable with your support. Mrs. Edge, I want you to know that out of all the struggles and accomplishments we've had together, the most important lessons came from the times when we spoke honestly to each other. As a student, I can tell you nothing is more impactful for a student than being able to communicate with your teacher as freely and openly as possible. I want you to know that you've truly done an amazing job both inside and outside the classroom. And most importantly, I've always had you as a friend that I can turn back to. Thank you.
Okay, I have Erin here on the phone with me, so she can at least hear my letter. So, dear Erin, you were never my student. I never had the privilege of knowing what you were like in the classroom. I'm gonna cry on this one, just so y'all know. From what I know about you though, I cannot imagine that you were anything less than fantastic. Despite having never been your teacher, you and I have forged a path of our own. My first introduction to you was when you were in 7th grade. You busted into my room, sassy as can be, asking questions about history fair. And I remember when you walked out, I looked at my class and I was like, wow, who was that kid? We quickly developed a little rivalry with history fair. And then when blue team destroyed red team in Battle of the Books. You were such a feisty little thing, talking mess every chance you got. I remember even then there was laughter involved every time we talked. And little did I know that all these years later, our families would be so close and I would see you as my little sister. We have spent countless hours researching and building projects just to scrap them and do them over. We have been together for moments of great sadness, moments of anger, moments of laughter, and moments of complete joy. Your family has embraced Justin and I, and we will forever be appreciative of the bond that has developed. Your desire and drive to help your community is truly inspiring. I can honestly say I have never met another person with the same level of determination you have to help those around you. You are a leader. I mean, it kind of helps that you're really loud and demand people's attention, but once you have it, you use it for change and positivity. You are so intelligent and always impress me with your abilities. You cannot write a paper to save your life, and I know I will be editing a ton of college papers over the next several years, but for everything else, you are golden. My favorite thing about you, though, is your intrinsic drive to always be better. You never settle. Your spirit reminds me of the military hero who brought us together, Audie Murphy. Aww. Like Audie, you are always pushing yourself and doing everything to exceed not everyone else's expectations, but your own expectations. I am so proud of the young woman you have grown into. I am even more honored that you allowed Justin and I to be part of your life. We both love you to the moon and back. We are both so excited to see you navigate the next chapter of your life, and we will be there anytime you need us. You will always be our mac and cheese girl. Congratulations on your graduation. I wish it could have been how you had imagined because you deserve for it to be perfect. All of you do. I promise you though, when things return to normal, we will make it up. Remember, we have a trip to Washington, D.C. to plan. Your future is so bright, Erin, and I am so proud of you. Thank you for busting into my classroom, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey. With that said, it is a privilege to present Erin Melissa Werner with her virtual gold honor cord. Congratulations, Erin. You're Justina, and I love you.
Thank you, Miss Edge. So we had a few students that were unable to join us tonight. So we just like to honor them with just saying their names. Zachary Bilbrey, Cassidy Hollows, Lily Newton, Caleb Jones, and Peyton Young, we salute you and congratulations on being an honor grad.
We actually have, oh, sorry, Beth. I think you're about to do what I was going to do. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Mr. Rose is here, and he had been selected by Zachary Bilberry. So, Mr. Rose, if you're still on, would you like to go ahead and say what you were going to say about Zachary?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. My letter for Zach Bilbrey. First things first, let me say I cannot tell you what an honor and privilege it is to be chosen by you to be your teacher this evening for our virtual honors banquet. Thank you. If I am not mistaken, Zach is the last of the Bilbreys that have graduated from Santa Fe High School. I've been truly blessed to have gotten to know all three of you. Zach, I have to tell you, I struggled over what to say to you. Now I know, me speechless, you and probably everyone else who probably prayed a bazillion times for that in class. A great personality, a superb athlete, and highly intelligent. It makes me wonder where the limit is on your potential. I've come to the conclusion that truthfully, in your case, there is no limit. The only limit you will ever have are any artificial limits you place on yourself. Students like you are why teachers like me deal with the crazy bureaucracy, all the long hours, and of course the challenges that come with teaching a room full of 17 and 18-year-olds. It is for the opportunity to push students like you to reach for levels that you're not sure you can reach, not only in school, but in life. In your particular case, the question how high comes to mind. How high is the sky comes to mind. Reach for the stars, bud. The only one who can ever stop you is you yourself.
Thank you, Mr. Rose. And I want to thank everyone who has attended this entire presentation. There's a few more things that we're going to do, but it will not take long. I know we've all been been at the ceremony for quite some time, but I just want to tell everyone, thank you so much for participating with us tonight. This is one of my favorite parts of the year. And it's always nice to see the relationship that's built between a teacher and a student. However, I feel like this year we needed this more than ever. At least I certainly did, because it was so good to see everyone, even if it's virtually, and to hear how people are influencing each other. And it was just, I want to thank all the teachers, all the mentors, so for helping us put this on. Okay, so there's two more really important people we want to announce here at our Honor Grad Banquet / Zoom meeting. First, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing you to Santa Fe High School salutatorian and valedictorian. Our 2020 Santa Fe High School salutatorian can be described as dedicated, sincere, and hardworking. She might be quiet, but she has a bold spirit within her. I would please join me in congratulating, at least virtually, our Santa Fe High School 2020 salutatorian, Miss Sarah Nelson. Sarah, we're super proud of you. And at this point during a normal honor banquet, we would give you your salutatorian stole, but we have to virtually do that today. So next, it is my pleasure to our 2020 Santa Fe High School valedictorian can be described as diligent, practical, and reliable. I also know he enjoys trying to stump his teachers and coaches with intellectual trivia. So would you please join me in congratulating our Santa Fe High School 2020 valedictorian, Mr. Marcus Reese Dobson. We're very proud of you both. We're very proud of every single one of you that is on this call tonight. So thank you once again for attending our celebration of student success. Students, enjoy your accomplishments and let us know of your future successes. Thank you to all the counselors who have helped make tonight happen. Samantha, Melanie, Tony, and Beth, I cannot thank y'all enough. I mean, truly, truly, this was an amazing idea. We love the spotlight. We all needed this. And so I just really, really want to thank y'all. And I took a lot of hard work. Technology tonight. Oh my goodness. Thank you for being on the hotline. I am not sure who was on the hotline, but I want to thank Kip. I know Jonathan Stanton was helping. Corey was on here. I'm sure that there are a bunch of other people behind the scenes that we are not aware of. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If I've forgotten anyone, please let me know and I will make it up to you because I cannot thank y'all enough. And at this point, I do want to let you know that this has been recorded. We will put a link on the website. It may take us a little while to get that up there, but those of you who may have had technical difficulties, we'll be able to make sure that you're able to see the whole presentation. So thank you, and this is a conclusion to our program. Good night.